I gotta tell you, but I wanna wait. Never thought that feelings could disappear. Why the sorry never feel sincere? But you gotta hear my desires. They faded fast and then we tripped the wire. Too many times I told you I believe there is nothing left for me, left to see. It's impossible, I can't seem to let you go. I try to reach you. It's so difficult, I can't seem to let you know. I'm sorry, baby, gonna have to let you down.
Good evening, everyone. Can you believe it? We are wrapping up week 2 of playoffs and are 2 weeks away from our final match. Hope everyone has been enjoying Wombo eSports Season 1 and appreciate all the support that we've gotten this far, and hope to see you in the next season after the holidays. But with that, we're going to go ahead, and tonight's best out of 3 is going to be Coconut Crabs versus the NA Rams. They're meeting once again. This is going to be a hot series of match. I'm looking forward to turn it out and see how things are going to go. I'll be your caster and streamer for tonight, so HXC. It's a pleasure and an honor to be with you guys tonight. Just one last thing. The NA Rams will, unfortunately, be having a sub. They will be having Eat Make instead of I Love Lucy. So maybe that's something to take into consideration. Have they had a chance to practice with Eat May? How will that turn out? Because, team dynamics is all about the season, and I don't know, when you play a team game and everything. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and check and see if both teams are ready, and we can go ahead into drafting. So, ready for draft. Just checking with the team Campy Tones. And while I wait for confirmation, alright, I've got 1 going on to 2. Alright. We're going to go ahead and go into drafting. We've slowly improved the swooshing transition thanks to RIPDusty. Really appreciate him going out of his way to create that. And we're going to see. I think the last time the Coconut Crabs and the NA Rams met, Coconut Crabs came out, I think, 2-0. Adding up to NA Rams only having lost 3 games during the tournament. So we'll see if the NA Rams will be able to kind of have a revenge story, come out with some wins, or I know the Coconut Crabs have been really good at practicing with each other. So we'll see how that goes. Yes. All right. Coconut Crabs going to go ahead and start on the blue side. I think NA Rams, against them, they will probably ban maybe a Trundle. Olaf. Okay, yes, that's one of them. Darius over to the DrMcWeenBean. Probably we might see a Fizz or something. NA Rams. Oh, there we go. There's that Trundle ban. There's that Fizz ban. And we're seeing a Soraka ban. The Coconut Crabs respecting the heal and the annoyingness of Area 95, playing on the heal Biss. And let's see what the final ban for the first round for the NA Rams is going to be. It's going to be Maokai. A strong support from Zanrick. Loves to roam on the tree, be all over the map. Super tanky, good engage. So I think that's a pretty good ban. Now we'll see what the Coconut Crabs want as priority for their first pick, and it's going to be a Vi. Dorski will be on Vi, and I think that's a really good pick. Also comfort pick that we've seen him on a lot. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Akshan is going to come out from the Urchin Merchant, Morgana for Area 95. Urchin Merchant has done a very good job, his performance on Akshan, so excited to see this as well. I remember streaming for their match last time, and he came out with a lot of kills, but he'll need to make sure he's careful, because last time, I believe, top and mid really focused on getting Akshan out of the picture, which kind of allowed them to clean up after getting Akshan out of the game or team fight. So we're going to see a Tristana on Nova. A good pick. Her EQ combo, very annoying. Zyra, that good staying kind of far back but able to spit out a lot of damage with the plants. Also allowing her to snare as well. We love the snare type supports. Also really, well, never mind. Nope. Anything I was about to say is null and void. Alright, so since the bot lane has been exposed, I think right now they should pick a jungle. Oh, no, they go ahead and get the Dr. Mundo for wtfami. That's a popular pick for him. I think he's a pretty good champ right now. I don't see him played as much, but wtfami is pretty good on that. We're going to go ahead and go on to the next ban phase, so probably focus a little bit more on mid bans. Actually, just kidding. DrMcWeenBean is on the top lane. Interested to see if we'll see an Urgot ban, but there's that Mordekaiser. We've seen a lot of Mordekaiser throughout this entire tournament, so pretty annoying getting people out into the Shadow Realm. So good to get that out of the way. J4, so RIPDusty is going to go ahead and absorb a third ban. Really taking out his junglers there. And then what will be the NAR's final ban? Do 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 do. I can't see it. I cannot see it. I'm at the edge of my seat. What is that last ban? What is that last ban? But the Coconut Crabs are going to ban Swain against Eat May. Again, she is a sub for the NARs, but she is very good at what she needs to do as a mid laner. Always, I think, typically does top damage in the matches that she was in for the Night Owl. So I think that's a really good ban. Gets really tanky, spits a lot of damage, good regen on... Actually, I think a lot of his skills give him regen. That last ban is going to be the classic Urgot ban against DrMcWeenBean. Doc is going to go ahead and lock in that Nasus, so they'll really want to make sure that they don't let that guy stack. And a classic emminik on Seraphine. Love to see that. So we got a little bit of lockdown on the Coconut Crab side. RIPDusty is going to go ahead and lock in the Speedy McBoy horse manu Karim. So final pick for mid laner 8 May. What is she going to pick against emminik? It's going to be a brand. That's going to be a lot of burn and ceasing, and the ult bouncing around is surely going to be very annoying. So here's our pick and bans for game 1. Again, this is a best of 3, so excited to actually see this going to a third game. I hope it does. I know the others don't because everyone's got work and everything, but you know, we love to see a third game, right? I'm gonna go ahead and do my usual quick paperwork, so give me a moment, por favor. And we'll go ahead and switch to Jalombi. Alrighty, so as we get through actually completing the pick and ban cycle, I'm gonna repeat. We're gonna have on the Coconut Crabs a Nasus top, Vi jungle, emminik, Seraphine mid, and a bot lane we'll have Tristana and Zyra. Meanwhile, on the NARAM side, we're gonna have top Dr. Mundo, Hecarim jungle, mid Brand, and bottom lane Akshan and Morgana. So, for those listening in, please feel free to let me know what your thoughts on please let me know your thoughts on based off the champ selections. What do you like? What do you not like about these team comps? And then who do you think has the winning favor? Just interested. I think both of these team comps are really, really, really good, and I don't know. I'm thinking about like early, mid, and late game. That late game Nasus is going to be really scary. Also Tristana. But I feel like if we can... I don't know. I don't know. The Vi ganks are going to be pretty good. I am stumped.
Who dares defy my will?
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the music for a second.
It is all you have. Do not confuse cowardice for wisdom.
And move things around here and there. We have a quiet crowd today, but you know, I appreciate anyone who's got the opportunity to chime in. Hope everyone's able to have a good Halloween weekend. I was able to meet up with some friends, have some nice smoked meat and veggies. Flipping bananas meme right there. Got to have some drinks, go to a pumpkin patch. It was a good time. Got to see everyone's costumes. We had some really, really good costumes. Let's see, and then not really all too much on actual Halloween day, but you know. And now we're in November. Can't believe it is November 2nd. Thanksgiving, the good old turkey coming around. So anyone who has some plans or celebrates it, hope you have a plentiful good time. Hope you can see your family. I know COVID last year kind of made it difficult for people to comfortably see their family. Hopefully this time of year that can change up a little bit. Now the thing is that I don't know. Let's talk about it. So normal classic Thanksgiving meal is like turkey, stuffing, potatoes, cranberry. That's the weird thing for me. Throwing in the cranberry is a little bit weird. For my family, we don't do that. We normally do like a duck, a chicken, some fish, and some veggies. I don't know. Oh, my mom will make a pecan pie. We love some pecan pie. Used to not like it when I was a kiddo, but I've aged. So I actually don't mind a pecan pie. A pecan. I don't know. But I see we are slowly getting a little bit more people trickling into the stream. So as you're getting caught up with seeing what the picks are, let me know your thoughts on these team comps. Again, hoping to get to a best out of 3 match. Go on to game 3. But wishing bet Pichu. I'm sorry if I trip over my words. It's been a long day. I can't believe it was only Tuesday. Excited though. Finals for actual League Worlds is this weekend. Hope your pick'ems are going well. I have not been keeping on top of how the games have been going, but hopefully Worlds will be a good time, and then it goes into game 5. You know, we want to see the tug of war going back and forth. You know, I win, and then they win, and then the other team wins, and then the other team wins, and they go, oh my god, it's 2-2, and then you go to the 5th game, and they go boom, wow, intense, amazed. Will be an exciting time, although with a time difference, I think it starts at like 7 a.m. or something, so tough, but hope you guys get to chime in and stuff. Hello. Yes, I am doing it, and it's fine. I can talk to myself without any issues. Helps a lot though if people in the audience can, you know, chime in and everything. So please feel free to drop how you feel with everyone's, or both teams' team comps. I'd love to hear it. Oh, I forgot to switch it. Oh no, don't look. No, look, I forgot to change the top. Oh no. The good thing about me solo casting this is I don't have to worry about being in sync. So it's a pretty good time, you know. But we are gonna go ahead and get into game 1 for the winners semis of Coconut Crabs versus the NA Rams. Very, very, very hot series. We're about to see the top 2 teams go up on against each other. Now we're seeing the NA Rams coming up into the top lane. I actually didn't see the pings, so I'm not sure if the Coconut Crabs know that they're there, but I feel like they might have an inkling with 3 members coming in. Ooh, okay, they've warded the red jungle. Hello. So I don't know. Oh, they're thinking about, okay, so they have to go back. NA Rams don't know that is warded. But I think with the, really good ping coming out. I don't know who did that, but they have okay. Whoa. Wow. Okay. I didn't, wait. Huh? Oh, okay. So Hecarim is going to start red buff. You know what? Apparently that's a thing, because the Coconut Crabs knew enough to go ahead and warn that to confirm that he would be starting that first, which they were right. So that gives the Coconut Crabs really good a feel for what the Hecarim's pathing is going to be right now. They know he's going to get the red. He's going to get whatever those jungle monsters are called, the 3 thingies. No, it's not the 3. There's 4 of them. I don't know. And then they're probably going to have an inkling that he'll be on the blue side. So knowing that, Vi will make her way up to top and possibly get a gank on to the top lane. But for now, it's just going to be the classic, we farm and try to get to level 2 as quickly as possible, which Tristana and Zyra were able to do, so that gives them a little bit of a pressure. Zanrick is really good at kind of roaming all over the place in Good Division. He is very deep into that jungle. Emminik rotating around as well to help Zanrick. Ooh, getting lots of damage onto the Morgana, but I think she's maybe possibly able to survive that. And she's good. Chugging down those potions. Urchin Merchant saving his heal. So everything's still all good there. Not having to use that quite yet, but really good walkout for the Morgana. But really good rotation by both teams. Seeing that the Coconut Crabs are in the Hecarim's jungle, kind of the bot lane responding to ensure that he's able to secure that blue so that he won't get too behind. But again, with the mid also coming on over, and I apologize, you're going to see some hiccups. I'm not sure what's been going on, but it's not just me. We've been seeing lately, and all of our streamers in these stream view of hiccups kind of going along, so I can't really do much of anything of that. So I apologize if that is what's on. Really good Q on the Morgana. Whew. Hecarim is going to go on into the coconut crab's red side of the jungle. I don't know what's that blue dot over there. But actually, they don't know. The Zyra and the Chisana don't know. There is no word whatsoever in that tribe bush. Hecarim coming on in the behind, landing a Hecarim whatever knocky thingy mabobum, using the heal to speed him up to try and get a kill. And first blood is going to go over to Hecarim. Good Q onto the Zyra. A little bit of a dive, but that's okay. Just taking like one hit from the tower. And one kill is going to go over to Morgana. Unfortunate, but that's okay. We'd love to see some secure deaths. Really good wraparound by the Hecarim. I'm sure now moving forward the coconut crab's bot lane is going to want to keep that tri-bush warded to make sure that he won't be able to do that again. But really good. I thought that, I don't know what the blue dot over there is, and I'm just going to take a moment to hit it over there. It's that bloom thing. Okay, yeah, so they had no idea that he had entered through that way. Vi, I'm sorry. Was coming in for a possible gank, forcing a DrMcWeenBean to flash, but good ward to keep it and make sure that she wasn't going to come back. So now that he knows that he's going to be able to back off, or at least be a little bit more cautious. But I think he feels comfortable enough to still go in and keep that farm. Getting a really good poke onto the Nasus. Let me see what his stacks. Let me try to see what his stacks are right now. Eek. So 63 stacks right now, if I understood that correctly. I know I ask this every single time, but I don't know the pacing of which Nasus stacks should be having, but I think 63 is pretty good at just about 6 minutes. Sounds good to me. But so far farms are pretty even, or not too big of a difference so far. Nasus did hit 6 already. So Muda might want to be a little bit careful. Really good snare and poke coming in from the Zyra onto the Akshan. Yeah, lots of damage can come out from the Tristana and Zyra, so gotta be a little bit more careful. But looks like wow, lots of vision coming off on the coconut side, knowing that dragon is up. People are getting closer to their ults, so possibly even looking to maybe start making their way to jungle, or at least get some kills on the jungle, onto the bot lane, so that they can go over to dragon and comfortably secure that. But we're seeing some really good vision coming out. We got that pink ward over there now to make sure that the Hecarim won't do the wraparound, but really good wraparound by the Vi. Hecarim has an inkling that Vi is nearby, so really excited to see how this response is going to be. Hecarim's going to pop over and move on over to the Zyra. Vi coming over to respond. A great Q onto the Tristana, and basically this whole attempt of ganking from both junglers is going ahead and be disengaged. Really good response by both teams, playing it safe. Good flash by Zyra. She slightly got caught out by the Hecarim, but was able to save herself by flashing over that wall. Let's see here. Dorski has to play around bot side. This game, Animam's carry is there, and the doctor just wants to farm for the first 25 minutes. At 100, at 10. Oh, okay, 300 at 20. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. So he'll want to hit. Okay, well, he did it. The Nasus is at 114 stacks at 8 minutes, so I think he's right where he needs to be for a Nasus. A stacking Nasus, just a farm. We're seeing some vision control kind of hover over onto the dragon. Hecarim looking to try and get to his ult as fast as possible, and then I think we're going to see some kerfuffling and dragon quite very soon. But I don't know, I'm just still amazed at how good of a response the junglers had down in the bot lane. Both of them having an inkling that their junglers are around. But still really good. I mean, top lane for the most part still pretty even on the CS as well as the jungle. We're seeing a little bit of a CS gap in the mid lane. I wouldn't say too much of a CS gap for the AD carries, and huge CS gap, 2 to 3. Wow. Ugh. Possible gank coming in to the mid lane. I don't think emminik knows. And yes, she had to force a flash, unfortunate, but best to use that flash. That's what it's there for. So she's able to save herself there for a minute. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. My camera is locked on Nessus. No wonder. Alright, directed camera, come on. Bring me to where a lot of the action is. But we're seeing really good roam coming in with the jungle and bot lane. I think they were hoping to try and possibly catch somebody out in the jungle. Sorry, I was just really confused as to why they were stuck at top lane, but I guess top lane is where a lot of the action is. I'm not sure if this is a good idea by the NARs. They're using a lot of time to try and get a kill, but there is a pink ward up over there, so good. Oh wow. So the ignite was used on the Morgana, but really good Hecarim fear, stopping her from, oh, she didn't even have flash either, but that kill gets over to the urchin merchant, slowly making his way to getting the kills. emminik roaming up into the top lane, misses the snare onto the Dr. Mundo, but I think Dr. Mundo should be okay, being forced to use his ult to regen his health. But knowing that they were able to secure a kill into the bot lane and that the Tristana had to back off, NARs was able to secure a Claw Dragon, so the first drag is going to go over to the NARs. Again, really interesting strategy for the NARM's jungle and bot lane, kind of going into the wraparound, trying to catch somebody out in their jungle. At that point, Coconut Crabs didn't have vision in the top entrance of their bottom jungle, and obviously they saw the pink ward in that try, but at that point it doesn't really matter. You've got a horse, so you can just kind of speed up, catch you out, fear you a little bit. But now it looks like the Coconut Crabs are going to want to try and get the purple bug. And why is my FPS dropping a little bit? emminik putting a little bit of a poke damage onto the Hecarim. We've got really good vision from the NARs. Now that the next possible objective that could be taken is the bug. So they'll be able to see if the Coconut Crabs are going to try and get that. But looks like RIPDusty is going to possibly try and look to get some action maybe in the top lane after he finishes getting those jungle creeps there on yonder. Maybe not, but we'll see. Okay, and looking back at the CS difference, actually, the mid CS now is actually starting to, well, it was even a bit. I don't think the gap is that big. Looks like mid lane is wanting to possibly get a gank, but they had an inkling that, oh, teleport coming in on the emminik, so that's going to be a disengage wanting to come from the Hecarim, forcing the Hecarim ult to go down. Really good response by emminik to disengage and help save the dock. Nasus ult coming on in, and we're also seeing the Vi kind of respond. So all members for their respective roles for top, jungle, and mid are responding to each other. We're seeing the communication really come out on both teams. But both teams are playing it very, very safe, so no deaths are coming out of that. But you know, that caused a Hecarim ult to come out and Nasus ult to come out. A teleport from Seraphine. So quite a lot was just used during that minute. I'm not really sure how the Nasus Mundo matchup is. Like, they both have even CS. Okay, well, it's kind of not 1v1 now. But all out of the Vi. Fortunately, Dr. Mundo able to walk out of that alive. Oh my gosh, there's so much vision on the top side, so it'll be a little bit difficult to kind of put some pressure on the Nasus. We're seeing bot lane coming around. Great flash by emminik. Good rotation though on the bot lane, trying to put some pressure, since probably not much that they can really do right now. This is a huge roaming match. Both teams are really trying to roam all over the place. But that kind of allowed Nova, the Tristana, to kind of keep CSing, keep soaking up EXP. We're seeing that lane kind of get pushed in, but I think both supports are trying to roam a little bit more, put some pressure elsewhere, and kind of letting their ADCs do their own thing in the bot lane. Let them kind of get ahead. But Dragon is going to be coming up in for the 24 seconds. So that's why we're seeing a lot of kerfuffling going on. If you can get a secured kill on the bot laners or maybe mid lane, that'll be a good chance, an opportunity for one of them to secure a dragon. Teleport is available on both top laners, so interested to see if they'll be coming on to respond. Hecarim though pretty deep into the enemy jungle, trying to steal some of his camps, able to walk it out. Why? Because he's a horse. So Akshan rotating as well to respond and make sure and get some assistance to get the horse out, but they're getting a little bit sandwiched. Bot lane is responding as well as mid lane to Akshan and Hecarim's positioning. Dragon is up, and Vi is actually opting to go ahead and try and get the purple bug. That way they could possibly put some pressure in terms of getting first tower. Great response though by the top and mid laner, having a feel for, actually no, they had a ward there, so they probably had an idea that they were doing that. So they're going to try and in turn get the purple bug. Meanwhile, knowing that the Vi was trying to get the purple bug, that allowed the NARs to go ahead and get dragon safely. Oh, really good ult by Seraphine, landing onto the brand. Fortunately, didn't have much mana. Urchin Merchant all by himself, so no. The Tristana and Zai are punishing Urchin Merchant for being by himself. Oh my gosh. Hecarim trying to secure the carry onto the Seraphine. He's able to get that, but Nasus able to get 2 kills off of that kerfuffling. Hecarim kind of stuck. He doesn't have his ult. He doesn't have Ghost. I think RIPDusty is going to get punished for diving a little bit too hard, and Nasus now somehow being 4-0. Looked good for a moment on the NARs, as you know, thought that they were able to get the purple bug. They were able to get the dragon. I'm actually not sure. Oh, okay, so the Hecarim was able to get the purple bug, but they were punished for that. They lost first tower in the bot lane, and now Nasus is huge. He's got 4 kills. So I think there's going to be additional assistance needed to shut down that Nasus. definitely going to take more than a Dr. Mundo to kill him now. I don't think there's any way right now that he can handle it solo. And he's pinging. He's at 429 stacks at 18 minutes. So that is a huge and scary Nasus right now. I'm Doc's #1 fan. Well, I'm welcome, Doc's #1 fan. Hope you're enjoying that game. And the person that you're supporting right now is 4-0. So there you go. Looking like some kerfuffling happening on into the mid lane. Again, leaving that Tristana, kind of doing her own thing, CSing, soaking up EXP, solo XP. But it looks like NARs know that Nasus is a huge problem right now. So actually taking up 3 people, the bot lane and the jungle, to try and help get a shutdown kill on the Nasus. I don't think he knows for sure that they're there, but I'm sure he has some inkling that, you know, their team has been missing for quite some time. If they walk out just a little bit, he's going to know that Akshan and Morgana are around, but I think they're wanting him to push up just a little bit. But I think Doc has a little bit of an inkling that there's some other members around, so he's actually playing it very safe right now. That's using up a lot of the bot lane on the NAR side. Their time just kind of sitting around in the bush, not really CSing, not really getting EXP. So we're actually seeing a little bit of CS difference now onto the auction compared to the Tristana. But wtfami trying to start some kind of fight, but Doc has some inkling that something's amiss. I think now, yep, he knows that. Slow kind of trying to come in. But he's going to go under a ditcher, so there's not really that they can do. I'm not sure if the NARs really got much worth out of that. You have 3 resources at the top lane trying to get some shutdown money. Meanwhile, bot lane's getting pushed in by emminik. Again, he's able to just kind of do his own thing. CS, collect some EXP. Really good plant route by the Zyra. Unfortunately, Nova going down. What the? Wow! Great ult by Seraphine, just hitting them with the ult, just the tip. Nasus is just kind of going in. He doesn't really get great Q by Area 95. Help him to do that disengage. But I think that was a 1-4-2. So in favor a little bit of the coconut crabs. That Nasus is just huge. I don't know how you can possibly deal with that. But let's see here. Currency mail. Let's go NARs, baby. Love the NARs. This CLL person is imposter considering I am Doctor's #1 fan. The nerve. Well, you guys can duke it out here. Meanwhile, both teams looking to have a little bit of kerfuffling as Dragon is just coming up corner. There's a lot going on. Hecarim getting kind of caught out or taken out by 3 members. But NARs able to kind of possibly clean up with that. Oh, but lots of damage is kind of coming out from the Seraphine and Zyra support. Oh, Nasus did get shut down. I think he's got 1 more kill off, but wow, what a kerfuffle. I don't even know what all happened, but my lord, really good. Let me check really quick where that Nasus kill went to. So let's see here. Unstoppable, so he got a kill, and then okay, Dr. Mundo got the shutdown money, so that's pretty good. Also looks like he got a double kill, so he got the Vi out. Okay, so that was really good. I think Dr. Mundo really needed that to kind of catch up, getting that shutdown going, and then picking up another kill. Both teams are now back up though, trying to respond. NAR's taking it fairly quickly, but coconut crabs are just around the corner, and red team able to secure that kill. Zyra almost going down, but really good Zonias. Unfortunately, Dr. Mundo coming in and teleporting and securing that kill onto Zyra. Really good for the Nasus to be soaking up that action alt for Seraphine. But third dragon is going to go over to the NA realm, so that puts the soul dragon pressure on to the coconut crabs, and you know we get into the situation again now in actually that's not there yet, is it? Oh, I don't get to see if it is. All right, well. Mundo, can you walk over there for a second? I need to be my eyeballs. No? Can I? Okay. So that is Baron. So the Enneagrams could make an attempt to go into Baron, but I think that's going to be a little bit risky right now, especially with how big, large, and in charge the Nasus is. So, you know, don't want to be throwing quite yet. But in less than 4 minutes, that's going to allow the Enneagrams to either try and fight over for the Enneagrams to say, hey, you don't have any dragons right now. You can have one. We're going to go ahead then and go to Baron. But Nova, as Tristana do, putting a lot of damage onto the mid turret. I think one auto attack away and she would be able to get really good. I don't remember if that's the W or the E by Eat May, but not having vision there and just kind of guessing where she is. Really, really, really good securing a kill. And we're going to do a quick status check. We have 552 stacks on the Nasus. He's large and he's in charge. But good to see, based off of that fight that happened around the Dragon Pit. Still not too bad, and I'm able to kind of respond and still manage with that. I think they just really need to make sure that the brand and the Akshan get enough support to be able— oh! Akshan almost getting into that Seraphine ult. But putting a lot of damage onto the Hecarim, so they're going to have to back off just a little bit. Oh my Lanta. Oh no. Lots of damage coming out of the Nasus, and Dr. Mundo also soaking up some damage from the one, the only, the 6th champ, the enemy tower. Coconut Crabs putting some deep wards onto the NA Rams blue side jungle. NA Rams looking to get that scuttle to again continue to try and get that vision. It is a vision fight. Right now we are at 62 vision score in the Zyra versus 44 vision score on the Morgana. Oh my. What we're seeing here that there's important to make sure that you really get that vision high up on there. Woof. I'm not sure how this 1v1. Okay, well now I keep saying this. Now it's no longer a 1v1. But yeah, I'm not really sure how the Nasus and Mundo fight can really go right now, especially since Mundo's already halfway down with his health. I don't think he can really go all too hard right now, but as long as he can possibly keep Nasus busy, that would be good. But I think he's going to need some help, which is why the Action and Morgana are coming on up, trying to help his buddy a little bit. I think, though, the Doc has an inkling that, again, really good instincts coming out from both teams, maybe, that their teams are kind of rotating on over, so he either needed to go buy something or he had a feeling that there's some company from the NA Rams up in the top lane. Let me back off and just play a little bit safe. Also, Dragon is up in 30 seconds, so it's a good time right now to reset, get ready. Big fight, I think, is about to come. Coconut Crabs, I think, is going to have majority of their team there a little bit earlier than the NA Rams, although Dr. Mundo does have his teleport, so if they really need him there any quicker, he can kind of teleport somewhere in, but maybe try and save that if they can hold it off a little bit. I'm trying to clear some vision out. And we're seeing a good wraparound coming from the Seraphine and Nasus. So NAR's kind of being surrounded a little bit, but Hecarim going on in onto the Tristana, trying to get that AD carry out of the picture as soon as... Oh no, I'm sorry, that's Vi. So that's the kill onto the Vi. So Coconut Crabs don't have their jungle anymore. WTFMI doing a really good job keeping the Zyra and the Tristana busy. Meanwhile, Nasus and Seraphine trying to get onto the NAR's backline, but unfortunately that is a 3 kill for nothing. Or 3 deaths. Wow. Holy. That was really well played by the NARs. Really good on Hecarim to kind of catch the Vi off guard, and DrMcWeenBean doing a really great job going on to the Tristan and the Zyra. It's just so annoying when these people can just dive on in and get you. So really good. I was kind of worried that the Nasus and Seraphine were going to, do a wraparound and kind of catch the Akshan out and kind of get that damage up, but I think I didn't really get to see fully what happened, but the NARs did a really good job of protecting most of their damage output, which is the Brand and the Akshan. So as we saw, nobody went down in the NAR. So really good just map awareness and protecting going on in the NAR side. Good try for the Coconut Crabs. I really like the wraparound and trying to get into the back line and right now if you can get that auction out of the picture, you're getting a good amount of the NAR's damage out. So good try. But Sol is going to go ahead and go over to the NARs, which now is going to put some pressure on Baron, which is up. But Hecarim doing a really good job of kind of putting some presence and pressure. They're looking to steal that red. emminik using his teleport up in the bot lane, trying to save that tower. Hecarim getting kind of caught up, but he's able to use his ult to get out of the fight. A little bit of a dive coming into the top tower. I'm not sure if this is what the NARs want to do right now. You're getting, yep. Oh, really good catch out by the, oh my god, by the Zyra and the Zyra ult. Knock up, oh my gosh. Really good job on the Coconut Crab side, punishing the NARs for being too deep into their jungle and still having that bot lane tower up. Also great response by the Nasus coming on in to help his team out and make sure that they can secure some kills. That is 4 team members down on the NARs. Wow. I think that was a huge mistake on the NAR side, getting a little bit too aggressive in the jungle and bot lane. DrMcWeenBean though was able to put some pressure on the top lane, getting the second tower, forced to use his ult to get out there, but yep, that's what it's there for, right? Tristana doing her thing and getting the second tier mid tower down. Right on there very quick. But oh man, my palms are sweaty. really great response during that fight in the bot lane by the Coconut Crabs. Very unfortunate for the NARs, but hoping though that they can, put a little bit respect into how much they go into the enemy jungle and dive in the towers. But Zyra getting caught out and blown up very quickly with 4 members around the blue. But now that they know that they've got the Zyra out, which Zanrick did a really good job of the root and his ult, they feel a little bit more comfortable now. I'm going to go ahead and try and get that Baron, and they are taking that thing down very quickly. Coconut Crab's not able to do much about that. So first Baron is going to go over to the NARs. Looking like the NARs are going to use that Baron buff to go ahead and try to get that mid tower, and I think that's going to be pretty Yep, secure there. Vi looking to possibly get somebody out, but getting poked down, but buried from the brand. Whoosh. Oh, you're fast. Thank you. NA Rams now being very smart about this, traveling together as a unit, trying to catch somebody and punish somebody out. Nasus forcing to use his ghost to try and get out of that fight. Coconut Crabs though responding, looking to do a wraparound. You want to be careful for that emminik Seraphine ult. Don't want to be lumping together too much. Zyra looking to try to catch somebody out from the back end, but looking to might get caught up. But great flash to get out of that. Good W by the Tristana. Dr. Mundo just being a menace, being really annoying. Surfing out, looking to go down, hits Brand. Oof, but the burn from the Brand coming on in. Action going very deep, taking not only 4 of the team members, but also 6 champ tower damage. Oh my god, but he was swinging around. That's so brave. I will never be able to play Action because I would not be that brave to boomerang all over the place. But that is an ace going on to the Coconut Crabs, and it's looking like the NA Rams are going to secure a win from game 1, taking advantage of the Baron buff. It's slowly going down. Flash being used by emminik because why not? Teleport being in, and game 1 is going to go over to the NA Rams. Wow, what a game. It was honestly looking a little bit back and forth. Really good fight by both games. By both teams. We're going to go ahead and look very quickly at the damage being done. Huge Nasus, really good with his stacks, but really good response, able to get that Mundo where he needed to be, catching up on that damage. We're going to scroll down just a little bit more. 77 and 103. Both Zanrick and Area 95 really great supports, and knowing that vision is super important. So those are very high vision scores. So great job to both of them. Great job by both teams, just responding and rotating all together as a unit. So really good. But we're going to go ahead and let me see when we'll go for game 2. Let me message them if you don't mind. ETA for game 2. Sorry about that. Just waiting for confirmation from both teams of when they want to start for game 2. Someone's typing. Do 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 do. Alright, we're going to start game 2 at 9 p.m. Let everyone kind of cool off, go to the bathroom, grab a beverage. We're going to go ahead and let the teams kind of strategize of what they want to do next for game 2. So I will see you guys at 9 p.m. for game 2. All right, folks, welcome back. We are going on to game 2 for the winners finals of Coconut Crabs versus the NA Rams, with the NA Rams taking away a W from game 1. With that, the Coconut Crabs are going to go ahead and be on the red side. I'm just too lazy to switch the names on the screen, but just letting you know, if you are chiming in for the first time tonight, we have all of the members from each team except for May is subbing in for I Love Lucy. We're going to go ahead now and see if both teams are ready to go ahead and start the draft for game 2. But man, what a game we are coming out of and moving on from game 1 on to game 2. Lots of back and forth, really good rotations and communication coming on from both teams. Just the NA Rams were able to kind of take a step back from a little bit of oopsie that they may have had a little bit in the jungle and kind of getting caught out, diving a little bit too hard under tower, but they were able to step back a bit and just stay together as a unit. So I'm interested to see what the coconut what the Coconut Crabs are going to be prioritizing now this time around in picks and bans. But looks like the NA Rams are going to stick with their Darius ban as well as the Coconut Crabs for that Olaf. Classic Fizz on emminik, and their Coconut Crabs are going to stick with banning Olaf. Ooh, I just remembered I forgot to note the other picks and bans here. Let me edit this really quick. But the 3 bans coming from both teams are going to stay the same. 5th ban on NA Rams is what? Okay. This time around, NA Rams are going to look to pick Lux. Very interesting. Not sure if that's going to be a mid or support. So I think that's a little bit of a flex pick. For the NA Rams. Oh, my cat just made a weird stretchy noise. Coconut Crabs gonna go ahead and secure Dorski on that Vi. I think Vi was a good pick, able to really pick out the back line with her ult. Very tanky. So still, I think that's a good pick for them, especially if that's a comfort pick for Dorski as well. We're gonna see Vex, my girl, come on out for the emminik. I personally really like her. So excited to see how emminik's Vex is going to play out. And again, the Akshan does not get banned, so NA Rams are going to go ahead and pick that out. Urgent Merchant just really enjoying playing him right now. So I think he's just going to stick to that, because why not? And it looks like that is going to be a Lux mid. So wanting to get May on something that she is excited to play on. Maybe she wants to kind of have that lockdown and kind of use her combos better, or maybe she just, I don't know, wanted a break from brand. But we're going to see the auction and we're going to work out for the NA Rams, and they're going to keep with that. Lucian getting picked by the Coconut Crabs. He's really good right now. Interested to see if Zanrick is going to pick up Nami. Not sure if her buffs are still the same. But that's a really good combo there. We're seeing a lot of top bans coming on out. Still the same. Urgot and Mordekaiser coming out onto the dock. And then Dr. Mundo, really good ban for the Coconut Crabs. He was really annoying in game 1. So not having to deal with that again, as well as that Hecarim. So we're seeing 2 bans come out for the Coconut Crabs as a result of game 1. With that, we're going to go ahead and see a classic Zanrick on Leona come out. Really good pick, really annoying with her ult and a lot of engage potential and pick out. So love to see that, along with the Vex diving in with the Fear. That's a lot of CC that they have going on there. So the Morgana will for sure want to make sure that she times her magic shield correctly, but I mean, there's only so much a magic shield can handle right now. So either you use that for that stun or that fear. I'm not sure if it can handle both, but still really good. I think that Morgana will have a good chance to kind of help mitigate the CC from there. Otherwise, really good take down and pick on the coconut crab side. So Giovanni's going to pick for jungle for the NA Rams, and Ornn a classic WTFMI pick. I feel like the coconut crabs may have had an inkling that that's what he would pick if Dr. Mundo was unavailable to him. So this kind of allows Doc to think about what kind of counter he wants to have against the Ornn. We're seeing here William Snake one urgent merchant auction again with a very satisfying face emote. Finally, Zanrick plays Leona again. Yes, we saw Zanrick on the Maokai a lot, which was banned out. So love to see for him to return to a very classic pick for him. 8-man Lux. Not sure how her performance has been with the Lux, but I trust that she's very good. She does what she needs to do as a mid laner. Dusty best girl TM. Not sure if you meant RIPDusty or Zanrick Dustin. But these are our picks and bans for game 2. I have no idea how this is going to go. I really like the coconut crabs picks this time around. They do have a lot of engage and CC, and as we saw in the previous game, the Nasus was a really good pick. He was getting the stacks that he needed to get, able to get a triple kill, which really put him ahead of the game. So I think that's a fine pick. But if the audience wants to go ahead and let me know, what are your thoughts on game 2's picks and bans? What do you like? What do you not like? Where do you think this is going to be in favor of? Early game, mid game, late game? What? Tell me the tea. Give me the tea. Yes, RIPDusty. Okay, I don't know. I just want to make sure. Yeah, no? Okay. Just me doing a little bit of paperwork on the side.
What must be done?
But to confirm, we're going to have on the NARAM side, blue side, or top Sejuani jungle, Lux mid, and in the bot lane, Akshan and Morgana, with the coconut crabs on the red side, with the Nasus top once more, seeing a change for the Vex mid, same Vi jungle, and Lucian Leona bot lane. That's going to be pretty scary, so I'm excited to see how game 2 match is going to turn out. Are we going to see a 1-1 and go into game 3? Tune in next time on Wombo eSports Season 1, which would be right now. Excuse me, just taking a look at the chats, making sure I'm not missing anything. But boy, I have no idea. These teams are doing a really good job in their picks and bans, or I have no clue how things are going to turn out. I think we can all agree that it's really going to come down to vision, responding, communicating. We know both teams love to rotate, so you gotta be aware of that, and they're very active in trying to invade the enemy team's jungle, trying to catch somebody out. So both teams are doing a really great job of doing all of those things. So it's really just going to come down to consistency and making sure that both teams keep up that communication. Hope they got some coffee, maybe some tea and energy drink. I don't know. I hope they're wired and able to start new. It's a new game. Anything can happen. Mistakes can happen. You want to respect each other and, try to maybe play the slow game. I don't know. Or you could be aggressive and just win the game in 15 minutes. No idea. It could go either way. I don't know. But But if you are just chiming in for game 2 and you missed game 1, we're looking at NARams coming out with a win, so they just need one more to secure their spot into the finals. The person losing of this best of 3 will then get moved over into the losers bracket, and they'll meet the Knights for a second chance onto the finals. So the winner out of that is going to go on and move on. So we could potentially see these 2 teams fight once more again for the finals of Wombo eSports Season 1. The top 2 teams. And my cat is looking at me like, "Miss, give me food." I'm not gonna give her food though. Once again, with this season wrapping up, this is our last match for week 2. Week 3 will be just one game for the losers finals, seeing on of who the person that the team that loses this will go against again the Knights, and then that winner, and then week 4 will go on to the finals. So far scheduled for best of 3, but depending on the scheduling for that, if it is early enough, I'm not sure if both teams, if they do agree, it could go on to best of 5 game, but we'll see. But we're looking to finish well before Thanksgiving. Again, hope everybody was able to somewhat enjoy their Halloween weekend. It is November. My gosh, time is moving fast. Hope everyone's starting to think about their travel plans. And if you are traveling, please be safe. Keep in mind we are still kind of healing and kind of dealing with COVID. So hope everyone is healthy and your family and friends are healthy as well. Sending just my good vibes and wishes to everyone, you know. Also appreciate everyone's support, as literally everybody, all 30 of us plus additional volunteers for subs and casting and streaming. This is all for fun. We're not getting paid for this at all. There is no prize pool for this. We're literally just doing this to meet some new people, make some new friends, try to hone in on our skills, improve a little bit in the competitive environment, but still trying to have some fun. So appreciate everyone's support, and I hope to see you all continue to support us in the second season, which will happen once we're in 2022. My gosh, what a number. And for anyone who's watching and hasn't or isn't in a or wasn't in a team, wasn't and isn't in a team for season 1, if you are interested, please feel free to reach out. If you're not in the Discord already, then feel free to drop some comment down there into the stream chat, and we can try to get you in. Would love to see some new faces for season 2. So all we ask is for you to be responsive to your captains, and also to please be respectful and not toxic to the rest of us. But we're going to go ahead and load into the game for game 2 of the Coconut Crabs versus the NARams. I'm hyped. Are you hyped? I see Skinnergy. Let's go. I want to hear some hype going on into the stream. Who are you cheering for? Which team? If you're cheering for a specific person, your lover. Sorry. But it looks like both teams lumping up together, trying to catch the other team out. I think the Coconut Crabs, they had a feeling that NARams were on the top side, so they're looking to potentially think that they're over there, but they're not. Meanwhile, the NARams are at the bottom, thinking that they could potentially catch somebody out. Both teams, huge brain. Really trying to catch some folks out. They do have that Leona, so the engage for the Coconut Crabs is pretty good, but both teams having really safe calls and able to place themselves safely, but with the coconut crabs, they've got vision, so that will let them kind of see where the jungler is going to be starting at. And it looks like they're actually going to try and steal that blue buff to get Sejuani behind. And I don't think the NARs know. So wow, interesting to see that. Let's go, Urchin Merchant, score a home run. Love to see that. So, Vi able to secure a steal onto the blue buff. Sejuani, I still do not think that they know. And actually, I think what's going to happen is Vi is going to finish that jungle camp. And since they have so much vision over there, knowing that the Sejuani is in the bot lane, I think we're going to see a very, very early gank come up into the top lane. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. Maybe she'll go get her red buff and then gank top lane. emminik looking to come on over, put some vision. Is he coming down into the bot lane? Early gank coming possibly in from the mid lane, but a ward was just placed, and I think, yep, the NARs just saw just in time that a ward came down. So I think they know that emminik was possibly looking to come down, and Lux also putting down a ward so she can see exactly what was happening or what Vex was trying to do. Good. Leona going into the grab, a really good response by RIPDusty for that engage. Flash being forced onto to be used on Leona. Almost got the Q. Taking a little bit damage from the tower. Really good intuition by the Sejuani, kind of wrapping around, coming in lane so that they couldn't see him, but really good save from Zanrick and Nova, not giving over that first blood quite yet. Sejuani though being really aggressive. Actually, he didn't go over to the blue side, so maybe he actually had an inkling that his blue was taken by the Vi. That might be a question I have to ask later, but I will probably forget. So actually let me note that down real quick on my sticky note. Game 2. Vi stole blue. Did Sejuani no? With that though, really good for me to say. If you have any questions, comments that you want me to bring up from game 1 and into game 2, feel free to drop them down, and I'm going to go down and scroll through the chat and try my best to bring it up. But it looks like coconut crabs have a feel that Vi is on a really good grab from the Leona. Unfortunately, the Lucian was a little bit too far to output a little bit more damage. Urchin Merchant, oh my god. Woo! First blood going over, but Zanrick, really good Q, putting a stun, using 6 champ tower to get a kill all in. Oops, I'm sorry, the scoreboard is not showing. I'm so sorry. Oh wow, so first blood is going to go over to the Akshan, having to dive a little bit onto the turret range. So Leona was able to kind of punish him for that. Q, E, stun, and getting a kill over to Leona. Assistance gold over to Lucian, so it was okay. The dragon is up, and we are again seeing that roam come in. emminik, I don't think has any idea that the Akshan is around, but bot lane, really good stun. Oh my god. Wow. Really good Q by the Lux. Able to kind of bait the Vex to kind of get a little bit out of the minions. So nice roaming by Urchin Merchant. Leona and Lucian looking to possibly catch somebody out, as they were thinking that possibly he would come down through that dragon and maybe catch them. Oh, sorry, that's fine. But I think Urchin Merchant took the safe route. But now we're starting to see some Well, no, not really roaming quite yet. Meanwhile, in the top lane, it's just, you know, them doing their own thing, farming. Let's take a look at where Nast is at. That's not the Nast. Oh god. I'm sorry. Oh no! It's Vex. Lucian. There we go. So Nasus right now is at 96 stats, and I think that is pretty good right now once he hits 100 before 10 minutes. So yeah, I think he's well on his way for where he needs to be as a Nasus stacker. Oops, the music is still playing. Let me try and stop that real quick. Real quick. Okay. Now both junglers at level 5. I'm hoping to hurry up and get over to 6, and we'll probably see a fight for dragon coming up soon. Both top laners at 6. WTFM actually having a little bit of a level advantage. Not sure how that happened, but it looks like Vi having an inkling of where that Sejuani is. So we're probably going to see a little bit of kerfuffling come around. Wow! Really? Wow! Great job by Ime. Able to get that Lux combo out, landing that Ignite out. Great out. Wow! NAR's just doing a really good job of landing their skill shots right now. I'm just wow. Forcing the Vi to use her flash. She's still only level 5, so that's really good for the NA rounds, being able to apply that level 6 pressure. And also I think that might even be a really good time. Yeah, it just a ping came out that could be a good time for the NA rounds to get that purple bug or dragon. Actually, well, respawn time is pretty quick. But looks like NA or coconut crabs are wanting to possibly try and get the purple bug so they can put some pressure. But the Vex is level 6. She's looking to probably use her ult to come on and land R ult and then Fear. Leona did go on and ult does land onto the Urchin Bridge. Huge damage coming out from the Vex with the Fear, Lucian ult. And we're gonna no Leona ult. Great rotation by emminik. Able to come on in with that ult and Fear. Really, you know, not much Akshan could do at that point, taking in a lot of damage followed up by Lucian. Great rotation. Unfortunately with that though, that allows for coconut crabs to possibly secure first dragon. Oh, Sejuani's up in the top lane, so there's really not much that the NA Rams could do except possibly steal. Great try by Ime, but unfortunately not quite enough. Leona coming around the corner, landing a QE stun. And lots of CC landing onto the Lux. Not much that she can do. More CC coming out onto the Akshan. Magic Shield being used to kind of help him. I think that worked against the Fear. So a couple of flashes being used. That is coming out, I think, as a 1-for-1. But first Dragon is going to go ahead and go over to the coconut crabs. Great job again with emminik's roam onto the bot lane, allowing them to secure that first Dragon. Oh my god, I'm talking so much, my spit is like collecting. Give me a moment while I take a sippy of my soso water. Stay hydrated, folks. Okay. I'm not sure why my upload speed is choppy right now into the red. Oof, it's looking real choppy right now. Why? Why you do this, stream? Let me close a few things. A jungle fight coming on and I have no idea what to say right now. There's a lot going on. emminik getting a kill off of the Akshan. Ooh, DrMcWeenBean coming down with using a teleport. Really good response by the coconut crab. Double click coming onto the Sejuani, but that's not quite what they want right now. Kind of now getting stuck between the tower and 3 of members. Really good flash stunned by the Sejuani, but looking to bop and we possibly maybe take Vi down with her, but I think hopefully the Sejuani, nope, Vi still has her ult. What? I didn't see if she just got a really good ult. Man, great teleport by DrMcWeenBean, able to kind of help follow up with his team and clean that up. I think that's exactly what the coconut crabs needed to keep that momentum going. Akshan though having a little bit of a difficult time. Lots of CC landing onto him with the Vex Sphere and the Leona Q, E stun, and if needed, the Leona ult. So yeah, so it's looking fairly even right now. If anything, at most 10 CS difference, I think, up on the top lane. Oh, actually a little bit of CS difference for the junglers, but what a game. I think the key part is going to be really that Vex roaming around, and I think bot lane needs to start being cautious of that. We're seeing the emminik, or oh dear, great whiff or movement by the Akshan. Unfortunately, Leona landing that all onto the Morgana, not much as she could do. 4-1 now onto Lucian. Really good communication and rotation by the coconut crabs. We're seeing here once more great rotation coming on from the jungle and top lane. Looks like the Orin is also going to be going down. Woo! Okay. So in game 2, we're seeing a lot of really good rotations come out of coconut crabs. But great pick. Ooh, really good flash by the Vi. Ooh, and we're seeing there Zanrick roaming as usual. Oh my gosh. What a turnaround by the coconut crabs. Really thought that the NAR was able to at least get a kill onto that Vi, but that roaming and oh my god. Akshan going on in, getting that E-stun from the Leona, having to flash away from that with you got 4 members of the coconut crabs right around the corner looking to get that bug. I think right now what the NARs need to do is respond to the roaming that's happening around, and I know it's easier said than done, especially with how quick Vex can roam around the map with her ult. But that's kind of the name of the game right now, is who can roam faster and respond. Ref? It looks like they may have made an attempt to try and get the purple bug, but with lots of team members hovering over there, I think both of them backed off, but they're now prepping for second dragon. We're seeing 4 members of the coconut crabs and NARs heading on over there. Nasus does not have his teleport, but Orin does. Oh, and now we're seeing the level difference kind of show up again. Great stun! Ult! Not enough damage, but enough damage to kind of get Vex off a little bit. But I think she's going to want to chug down those potions and stay around because the fight for second drag is starting right now. Archer Merchant, what? Flash being used by Lucian. Great stun once more by the Lux. However, she already used her ult, so not much she could do there. Teleport coming in by the Orin. Nasus not being able to respond to that because his teleport is down, but it is coming up to himself. Nope, not quite yet. The teleport was not able to come up in time. Was close enough, I think. Maybe the coconut crabs were trying to wait it out just a little bit longer, but unfortunately just missed it by a couple of seconds. Great teleport by the Orin, able to apply that pressure, and I think his teleport really caused the coconut crabs. Wow. Oh my god. Great damage coming out of May. That's something that she will never disappoint in, is as a mid laner, she's doing and pushing out that damage that's needed. Orin being a little bit brave, trying to secure that kill on to emminik. Not quite what they needed. Again, you've got to respect the other team. They will roam, but 1-for-1. The kill is gonna go over to Lux, but again, you just can't do that quite yet. He's not meaty enough. You've got the coconut crabs roaming around. Gotta be careful of that. Gotta respect the other team. And as we're seeing, a little bit of punishment coming out for that, with the top tower going down, leaving Nasus just to kind of do his own thing, push out top and stack. So I think Orange just needs to kind of stay in line with his team. But we're seeing now Rome coming out into bot lane. Makes sense. They've got no bot tower. Why not put some pressure onto the mid lane? But Coconut Crab's bot lane is also going to be responding to that. So Auction's going to want to be real careful. I've noticed Urgent Merchant is very confident and brave. I think that's what Auction is built to do anyways. But you got to be careful, right? You've got the Leona stun stopping you from continuing on with his sneaky trying to catch somebody out combo attack thinking of bomb up, and then you've got the Vex Sphere. So while I respect the Akshan trying to go in real quick and get out, gotta be careful with that, especially if you don't have that flash available to you. But looks like wtfmi getting caught out a little bit while he was trying to get the pink ward, forced to use the flash and ult as well. But team from the NAR is coming around. Great response with Shijwani coming in to look and help the Orn out. Akshan also right around the corner as well. Looks like all the team members are responding for that potential purple bug pick, and it looks like they're also potentially trying to catch somebody out. Oh boy, Akshan, you're gonna have to be careful. You've got Leona, you've got Vi, you've got Vex up in the top trying to come on in from above. And I can try and see. Nasus is at 312 stacks right now at 18 minutes, which is where he wants to be thanks to achievements 21. Area 95 doing her darnest to keep Vex from diving on in. I think that was really good on her, putting that pressure off with them. So they were able to secure the bug. Great flash and Q by Area 95, using a Shijwani ult, trying to get Nasus is down. Vex coming on in the back and going on to the Akshan. Vi going on in, diving into his tower, Ignite being down, but Vi is now under tower, getting low, getting hit by lots of damage from the tower. Good wrap around by the Orn. Oh my Lanta, so close. And that was a 2 for 3. Very, very good fight and very close for the Coconut Crabs. Almost got that. But 1 minute until the next dragon. So right now both teams have won. So this will be really important for them. Again, trying to make their way to that. So hi caramba. Teleport is coming up just in time for Orange, so he could try and put a little bit more pressure onto the top lane. Nasus top does have his teleport as well, so that allows him, as you can see, to try to put a little bit of pressure onto the top lane, get those stacks. Orange playing a little bit more on the cautious side and is already using his presence to kind of put some pressure. Oh, right, they have a purple bug, so they're putting some pressure onto the mid lane, kind of forcing the Coconut Crabs to respond to that, so hopefully that can get them to back off onto the dragon. But Nasus is pushing top. Great Q and ult used by May. Vex coming on in, landing on 3-person stun. Akshan's going to be down. Zanrick coming in with the Leona ult. Area 95 going on down. Lucian coming on and putting a lot of damage. Orin doing his best to protect his team with his meatiness. May trying to back up, but the Vi is going to go ahead and use her ult. Lucian coming on in, and that is going to be probably an ace. Yep. Oh wow, what a turn of events. NASA's just in the top lane, starting to enter their base very slowly. And second dragon is also going to probably go on over to the coconut crabs. What a turn of events. I think it was really good and ambitious of them to try and catch the coconut crabs off guard, but again, you've got to respect that. I'm not sure how much of the tower damage was part of it, but I mean, the tower was still kind of up, and you have to be careful where that Vex is. That Vex came in from the side, landing a 3-person fear and completely getting Auction out, which is a good key part of the NAR's damage. You really need to keep an eye out of where that Vex is. Staying with that, Leona, like if you can't peel for Auction, that's probably going to be a key part of where the NARs could potentially lose this game. But good catch out onto the Vex. Great stun and all coming out from Lux. I think Lux is pulling in a good amount of weight for the NARs right now. Looking and actually looking back a little bit. He's pretty squishy. Hi, cat. I know you want food, but you must leave. Hi, Madonna. Alright, NASA is doing his thing again, pushing up out in the bot lane. Looking to get that stack some pressure, trying to make his way onto the base while the rest of the team kind of has to deal with it. And it's kind of amazing. I think it was a 4v5 too. Maybe leading up to that ace. But where is the NAS? NAS is at 399 stacks, 20, just about 3 minutes. But the Lux looking to respond a little bit to the NAS sisters. I don't think she can take him on. But ult landing onto their Jet Merchant. Great shield and heal. Oh my god. Yeah, that you have to be super careful with that. No one to. Oh, great ult by Nova, getting a double kill all by himself. Great Lux ult to stop the Vex from going in onto the Ornn. But dang, that was a really good turnaround by Nova. Really great angle on his ult. With the bot lane being down, Coconut Crabs can feel pretty confident in getting this Baron. And I think the NARs are going to go ahead and have to just give it with so many of their members being down. Although, I think RIPDusty might try to get a steal off of that Baron. I can't see. Great caught out by Sejuani getting killed, but 4 members still up on the Coconut Crabs with having that Baron buff. Oh my gosh. Coconut Crabs are doing a great job after coming from game 1. Really punishing a lot of mistakes that I feel like the NARs are kind of making. Again, you have to respect the Coconut Crab's team comp and, you know, put up that vision score. You have to see where that Vex is so that you don't get caught out with that alt fear. And also that lots of, you know, either being a little bit too deep into the jungle or being under the tower, I think, is what has punished the NARs a little bit. Or in having to use a flash and getting caught out, unfortunately. Oof, love it into Lucian. He is huge. Large and in charge. Next dragon coming up in less than a minute. If the Coconut Crabs are able to get this, this will give them 4th dragon soul pressure. Looks like they're looking to catch out the Nasus. Q not quite hitting him, and he's able to just walk it out, and they're just gonna, you know, we're vibing, we're chilling. But Coconut Crabs using the Baron buff to go ahead and try to push out that mid turret. which I think it's pretty much going to go down. There's just so many members of them there. Meanwhile, Nasus is just going on ahead and pushing out that top lane. Ornn can't, I don't think he can 1v1 him, so it's requiring at least 2 members right now to respond to him, which is allowing the coconut crabs to have the vision advantage and also people obviously advantage. Area 95 having to make her way slowly over there as well as Ornn. He doesn't have teleport, so he has to walk on over. Nasus is making his way over there as well. I think the Animals might actually have to give this up. They're just not in the right position to get that with E-Man. Unfortunately, getting caught up by that Leona ult going down onto Sejuani. It's Sejuani though, so she's fine. Great Q by Area 95. Sejuani looking to catch the Vi out. Whoa! Vi coming back on in. Dang, girl. But with the coconut crab still having that Baron buff, they're able to continue and take advantage of that and push on the mid lane a little bit more. But Baron buff is now removed. However, in 4.5 minutes, 4th Drag or Soul is up for them to kind of contend. So it's either they say, hey, we've got 3. You can go ahead and get your second one, but we're going to go ahead and get a second Baron, or they're going to fight for that 4th soul. We saw a ping out there coming on from DrMcWeenBean. Oop! Pause incoming. Go bye-bye. And we're having the classic pause on pause freeze, so I'm just going to give the client a second to figure itself out. But let me know, what are your thoughts of this game so far? What a game coming out from Quinstone. Yeah, it's been crazy. Coconut Crabs are making a really good comeback after game 1. Really rotating on punishing NARM's mistakes that they've been kind of having a little bit here and there. Lucian is absolutely huge right now. And that CC getting onto that auction, I think it's just really punishing them right now. Looks like auction might actually be maybe building, maybe I'm wrong. Not a QSS, I don't know. Yeah, absolutely. The Nasus is also huge. We saw him just kind of remaining on the sidelines, continuing to push out the lanes, get his stacks, and it requires at least 2 members of the any realms to respond to him. So a lot of resources have to go towards just to even respond to the Nasus. So it's really annoying right now. Akshan looking to possibly try and get somebody out, but like I said, they've got so much CC on the coconut crabs that I don't think Urshan Merchant right now can do what he did in the previous game. Again, Nasus into that solo lane, looking to possibly slowly make his way onto the base. The coconut or NARMs have to do something about this, otherwise he's just gonna make his way onto the base. Building collector, thank you. Didn't know. Fear coming on in, both ults being used by the Ornn and Sejuani. Actually going on in, but the oh no! With Oxon's positioning, the ult lands exactly where Vex needed to go. It needed for it to land. Able to land that Fear and completely nuke Akshan. I think this W is going to go over to the Coconut Crabs for game 2, so we're probably going to see a game 3 unless within the next couple of seconds they can hold the door just a little bit longer. But oh my gosh, that's so unfortunate. Akshan's whatever ropey thingy made the Vex ult just land exactly where it needed to land with that Fear. Yep, it looks like game 2 is gonna go over in favor into the Coconut Crabs. Really good comeback, really good turnaround for them. We're at a 1-1 now, going on to game 3. Stack count crap. I don't know how to do that from here. Maybe I can do that from the client. We'll see. How can I look at stacks from here? Maybe I go over here? No idea, but I think the last time that I had checked, he was probably close to 400 at 20 minutes. So more than that by the time they got closer to the end game. I'll slowly scroll through this and maybe it will answer your question one way or another. Where's the CS? Total damage taken. Minions killed 159. Beep boop something NASA stacks. But while we have that going on, I'm gonna go ahead and see when we'll go ahead and start game 3. My goodness, rip my voice. Well, what a game of game 2. My gosh. Lots of back and forth coming around, but unfortunately, I think the gap was kind of getting bigger and bigger in favor of the coconut crabs. Let's take a look at the damage. Woof! As per usual, 8May putting out lots of damage to her. Mad respect. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Waiting for confirmation for start time. Possibly 9:50. RIPDusty, I know you're listening into the stream. Can you confirm start time, please, sir? Any time now. Please, sir. Anyone from any rounds, please have your captain confirm start time. Oh, he's typing. 9:50. All right, I'll see you guys in 3 minutes then.
Every word and every moment replays. All these thoughts keep me awake. It's this feeling that I can't shake. But we kept running and running, though we were out of breath. I wish I could have known that we're broken by the weight that's on my chest. I need to know how we got here so I can stand my ground. I just want to make it right this time around.
Looking back, I understand
Every moment
all the things that didn't go the way I planned.
inside my head, all these thoughts keep me awake.
It's the feeling that I can't shake.
Did we take it too far to say that we could not pretend now? Was it never enough to have just everything you want? In your
Alrighties, welcome back, folks. 3 minutes goes by real quick. Real quick. We're on there, yep. Oh, 1 second. Oh. Hello. Am I having a Quidstone helping me cast game 3?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just got home like 20 minutes ago, so.
Oh, well, much appreciated. Thanks for sticking on by. I mean, you don't have to because I know you've got work early on, but.
I mean, it's one game. I could do a game.
All right, sounds good. Well, glad to have you. Welcome you. You've just entered really spicy hot land. Going on to game 3. I don't know how much of game 2 you were able to watch, but game 1 went
The second half of it, basically.
Okay, well, game 1 went to NA Rams, and game 2 went over to Coconut Crabs. Let me actually get into Spectator really quick before I continue and forget. Neat. Alright, let me just make sure both teams are ready. You have the link to the Spectator for draft. It's in the captain's chat.
Well, that's just silly. Just going casters. Come on, people. We know how to do this.
Okay, looks like emminik's good to go. Are you good to go? You have the.
Just send that. It don't matter. I'll be boop. Come on. Okay, here we go. Poof. Push it over. All right. We are good to go to the draft of game 3 as soon as the NA Rams confirm that they're good to go. But what were your thoughts on game 2, and what do you think both teams need to do going into game 3? This is hard. All right, so let me look at the drafts. Oh my God, they've already started the bans. Never mind, we don't have time.
Okay, yep, go on.
Olaf ban coming out from Coconut Crabs makes sense. Olaf Trundle makes sense. It really puts RIPDusty, because I think Olaf and Trundle are two of his best champions that I think there's a slight dip down after that. Soraka makes sense. The first 3 bans are the same, you can say. Yep. What I really like NA Rams doing is that actually pivoting just the best champion from two lanes, right? It's Maokai is the Zanrick's pick, and he just got to take it over and over and over again. And forcing him back onto Leona, which he might actually have less experience on. Fizz needs to be banned because emminik Fizz just doesn't lose, and Darius needs to be banned because DrMcWeenBean will absolutely destroy a lane because he's the Juggernaut Mick player, right? So that's just so that's taking away 3 picks in 3 separate lanes that they could just it's their one tricks, right? It's their top champions. Mm-hmm. NA Rams are finally switching up, going to Jhin. Did they do Jhin first game?
No, so both games they did Akshan. So I think he's picking Jhin because he's finding that he can't really do much with how much CC the Coconut Crabs will probably continue to have.
So Akshan's really good, better in a solo lane because he can just roam from mid and then pick up kills. I think he doesn't scale as turbo hard with gold as a standard ADC is. Jhin allows like a little bit more building inside a team fight constantly versus one cooldown that Coconut Crabs could just bait out and kill. Caitlyn is something I didn't really expect from Coconut Crabs, which is usually they kind of play short range comps, and they kind of let emminik do the engage for them or Zanrick do the engage for them, and then they could just follow up on that. But this is a little bit more range what we're expecting from Nova. Dr. Mundo is a NA Rams, WTFMI Classic, I just call him Ami, so I'm going to be calling him Ami for the rest of the game. Nasus comes out again.
Third time.
Third time. I just can't think this is the play.
Oh, really?
Well, here's the thing that what happened in the last game is that Coconut Crabs were actually ahead enough that they could actually win 4v5s, and the Nasus didn't actually have to respond.
Exactly.
How NA Rams won, or like how NA Rams want to win, is that they force big 5v5s and win, generally get some few picks and then win with the numbers advantage because we get a TP from Dr. Mundo, from the top laner. But if you leave Nasus alone, it's over. Right. And wtfami is shown that he plays tanks, and Nasus plays really well into tanks to have such an early lead. So not going to be any Juggernaut or any carry that could beat out Nasus or stop Nasus. Like, how to beat Nasus is to either focus everyone around him or just beat him in lane so he can't stack. Right? Mm-hmm. And so Dr. Mundo is neither of those things because, I don't know how good Dr. Mundo's roaming is, but a lot of the best champions into Nasus are champs that could just smash him so hard in lane that the lane's over and it doesn't matter how much he can farm. Like, the game's already open before evening gets there. Mm-hmm. J4, NA Rams, he's RIPDusty's on tertiary picks, makes sense. He's doesn't even have Hecarim, so it's either Sejuani or J4. J4 gives a little bit more skirmishy potential. He could do a little bit more stuff on his own, like a little bit more dueling, where Sejuani's kind of just getting, like, has to enable and, get chased. Like, Sejuani wants to chase. Volley Bear coming from Coconut Crabs.
Interesting. I don't think we've really seen Volley Bear picked.
That's what I really like about NARM's pick ban here, is that they're giving... So, finally, someone is choosing to ban the Vi, which has been a star pick from from Coconut Crabs. And we see, like, time and time again, that Vi could just get to backline and kill. This is something we haven't seen, and that's the worst thing you could do to NA Rams. Because NA Rams, a lot of the damage is backloaded, which is, they play standard front to back, let their top laner and jungler engage, while Jhin and, Lux, in this case, would just put out damage, conscious damage. They play standard front to back. Coconut Crabs is kind of just a run you down comp of, we're going to play short ranged, but if we can pick one of you, then we can just pick the next, and pick the next, and pick the next. And so we've seen Eatmay pick, actually do very well into the Vex in lane, some solo kills. Vex picked up a lot of kills just by team fighting well and finding the flank, which is the emminik special.
And actually, she had played Lux in the previous game and did a really great job. And I actually thought that was going to be a Lux mid, but it looks like that was a flex pick with Eatmay picking up Swain.
Right, and so this is Eatmay on the giving a little bit more team fight to the Coconut Crabs is just NA Rams are going to have to win pretty much everywhere else across the map. And so that Nasus either has to TP or... like all of his friends die around him, and then he could, he's forced off by 2, and the other 2 would get an objective, right? Mm-hmm. But that's, ideal scenarios. I think the Coconut Crabs, I really think this is really good banning from NA Rams, but maybe not the best picking.
Right, yeah.
I'm not quite sure that Lux is going to give the same, though Soraka and Morgana are banned. I'm not sure Lux is going to give the same amount of, peel pressure. It's gonna be a lot of pick potential, yeah, for sure, but Morgana already picks that and gives peel and team wide CC, whereas Lux is gonna be a little bit more long ranged and be able to do things from long range, but the team's not really meant for poking, so Lux is not gonna be as useful.
And with the Coconut Crabs, they've got a lot of meat right now with the Volley Bear, the Rel, and the Nasus, able to kind of protect.
Both teams got a lot of beef on them. Rel is an unusual pick. I'm no support main, but I'm not quite sure how Rel's going to play into this game. Like, Rel has really good team fight, of course, and team white stuns and the suck, the magnetization, the magnet pull. I'm not gonna sure how it's gonna really go with this team, but maybe an engage on Volibear and Rel's gonna roll in on top of that, or vice versa. So it's looking kind of odd. I'm not quite sure how because Rel hasn't. I mean, Rel has been nerfed since release, right?
I don't know.
Rift since release because she was a menace on the Rift at first with the amount of stats she could take, with the amount of plays she could make. I forget exactly, but like, I mean, I don't play support. If Lunar Bound was here, he'd help a brother out. But you know, pretty stable win rate right now. Actually, 52% is pretty good. I wonder what changed. A lot of the Conqueror people got nerfed, and she's a tank, so maybe she rose up, right? So maybe that's why. But we're gonna see a lot of engages with Aftershock, most likely, or Guardian with Rel. So she's gonna be really tanky for a short amount of time. And since NARM's jungler RIPDusty is not on Trundle, I'm not gonna be able to abuse that. I think Volibear is gonna be significantly less impactful than Vi. Vi's gonna have 2 gap closers, where Volibear is only gonna have like a very slow, MS boost. Not too great of an MS boost, and the big jump, which is ultimate, but it's not even targeted. So it's good for diving, but maybe I don't think Volibear is going to be nearly as impactful. I think Vex and Nasus are very good, and Rel's going to add a lot, but I think it's going to be a lot on Rel and Vex to find these flanks, and Nasus is just going to have to,
Do Nasus things.
Yeah, it's going to have to do Nasus things and draw pressure, right?
Right.
I'm not quite sure how the Mundo Nasus lane goes. I think Nasus just doesn't die to Mundo. I don't think Mundo has the pop. Yeah, this is a very good matchup for Nasus, and actually an excellent matchup for Nasus in lane and out of lane. Because I believe Mundo cannot use his passive. He cannot ever have his passive enabled into Nasus, because how Mundo's passive works, if he's ever disabled, pops out the canister and it hurts him, but it heals him more if he picks it back up, and it resets the cooldown for his canister. But Nasus just slows.
Yep.
And slow is not a disable, and so Nasus can use his whole kit, where Dr. Mundo can't use his whole kit. So lane's gonna be terribly hard. I think you let the Darius go, and I think you give up the Nasus, right? I mean, we've seen Dr. McWeenBean's Darius super pop off before, especially into the NA Rams, especially week 7. So, that's something maybe they're scared of, and that's a hated matchup, a hated matchup for WTFMI. But I think WTFMI might have to just get the fuck over it. Oh, I cursed. Oopsie.
You're fine. So what do you think NRM's strategy is going to be then? Because it kind of seems like
okay, so it's
Crab's team comp is a little bit better with.
I think they're just gonna have to not go for 5v5s and have to be as mobile as possible. And so mobility is something that they're kind of known for, but team that's what RIPDusty is kind of known for, is like finding unique gank angles and flank angles to really initialize and get onto backline and whatnot. I think Dorski is going to be a little less effective, so it's going to be a lot more in emminik to find these openings. And if emminik is not going to be enabled by like Leona and has to be followed in by a Rel, it's going to be a little harder, I think. Rel's not as fast, doesn't go in as fast, and doesn't get off all of her stuff as fast as Leona does. And I know that Zanrick has not have nearly the same amount of time on Rel as Leona. So I think it's staying mobile, picking always, so that Nasus can't get much done before losing objective. But Dr. McWeenBean in a very positive lane. This is not looking good. I'm not quite sure about the Dr. Mundo pick, but it's kind of all the champions WTFMI plays kind of gets hurt
Hard time with the Nasus.
Real bad with Nasus.
Real bad.
So I mean, I can look at the matchup charts while I have the time. Nasus is really good matchups into really good into Malphite actually. Really good into Maokai. Pretty good into Dr. Mundo. Pretty good into Scion. Pretty good into yeah, like pretty much everything that WTFMI plays, maybe other than Ornn. Ornn's a little bit more stable because it gives scaling to the rest of his team.
Alright, well, we've loaded in, and I am currently at 29, 30, 31, 32.
I'm like a second ahead of you because I'm at 36. Sorry, 37, 38, 39.
Yeah. So just as a heads up, we've been having stutter issues. So if it does stutter, I think we should just let it go, because I think we will stutter at the same time. So even though we might be a few seconds behind of where the game is actually at,
I'll just mash the plus button every time something happens. I think we should periodically smash the plus button.
plush button, sure.
Yeah. Smash it. All right, so that's what I was talking about with Zanrick. We might have missed it. That Zanrick did miss a Q over the wall onto potentially a pick onto WTFMI. I think WTFMI probably could have walked away with Mundo passive going, but that being said, that is showing some champion
Experience.
like inexperience.
Yep.
So both teams are gonna start bot, go top. So this is a different matchup. In the mid lane. So looking in the mid lane, Vex pretty good. I don't think Turbo OPs people like not on release because she got nerfed on release, but I think she's like relatively balanced. Maybe a little on the strong side, but not like terribly strong. But I think Swain's not gonna have the range that that Lux does to have the ability to go for it.
Oh.
I mean, grabs a pole, sick, and you know, control. I don't know how well. Apparently, Annie's really good into Vex because Annie just walks up and just dumps Kit and says, "Sayonara,
Right.
sucker."
Don't even get a chance to do anything.
Yeah.
Whoa. Really good poke coming in from emminik. He's able to hit level 2 just a bit before Eat May, so he was able to punish it for that.
Yeah, level 2 power spikes, very, very pivotal. DrMcWeenBean is just gonna wait this one out. I think this is a patience game for DrMcWeenBean in the top lane, because he doesn't have to actually interact, and Dr. Mundo actually can't force fights, not nearly as well on a person that could just slow him and then walk away. Unfortunately, the wave is not set up in the best spot for RIPDusty. It's actually pushing away, so he can't actually find the angle to gank. So that's unfortunate. He's going to go back to farm with a little time, but flash over by Urchin. Wait, what? Who flashed? What?
It was emminik.
Oh.
emminik, he got caught a little bit in the jungle pit area.
Yeah.
So he had a...
emminik burns flash to get away, to jump over. He got stuck in Dragon Pit, jumps over. Got it.
Ooh.
Very, very useful.
Good trades are coming out from WTFM. Oh, but he gets
takes
that
the-
6 champ tower damage.
Yep. Now he's got Pry out. Dorski, RIPDusty's on the attack for Dorski. emminik does know his position. RIPDusty, having good game sense, walks it out. Nova and Zanrick are running up towards to take Scuttlecrab away from RIPDusty, actually putting him further behind, which is very good because that gives a lot of vision control over the river to coconut crabs.
A little bit of a bad pattern that I'm unfortunately noticing from WTFMI is he's getting a little bit too much consistently into that tower range, so he keeps unnecessarily taking damage from that tower,
Yeah.
putting him at an advantage that I feel like he had an advantage for a moment.
Dr. Mundo regenerates,
I guess.
1%. Yeah, like he gets a lot of stuff back for free. It's just
Uh-oh.
Dorski's there. It's looking like, okay, that's gonna be a flash, and the passive comes down. The wither is gonna come out. Maybe not enough damage to kill, especially with that flash, but that's flash down from WTFMI, and so then Nasus gets a lot of free stacks and free experience back there. Very, very useful for Nasus right there. So looking at this is actually like pretty even game. Both teams are kind of really scared to play anything proactive, but
And actually,
no.
in game 1 and game 2, we saw both teams kind of roam together and try to get a pick in the early game. In this game, we saw them just kind of do the usual almost 5-pointer. So they're both on the edge of their seats, playing it really safe, and I think hopefully starting to respect them a little bit.
RIPDusty's gonna try to make a play bot lane. Doesn't have sweeper. Okay. Nova's stepping up a little close. It's just like who's gonna make the initiation here, because that would maybe secure Dragon, because both mid and top are not gonna be able to move. Okay, that's one set of knockdown, two set of lockdown onto Nova. Nova's gonna have to flash away. E comes out, the ignite goes down, and then Jin picks it up. Zanrick still getting beaten down. RIPDusty does not have. Okay, the Q forward, but the flash back. That's a turret shot for RIPDusty and a turret shot for Area 95, forcing Area 95 to flash. Very good. Gets the flash out of the support. I don't believe giving the NARMs the ability to take the dragon with. Well, actually, they could probably shove in this wave and then just take it anyway. Dorski has shown bot. So, potentially they'd be scared to take it, but it's looking like they're going to be here, going to eat some nuggets. Call it a day.
Both teams, though, looking to have a little bit
Very good
pressure.
play by Urchin Merchant.
He can't hear me.
Stacking CC pretty well, but this is going to be an ARAM's first dragon. I think they're going to fight for it. There's 3 members coming up. And flash over, gets the stun. Who gets it? Red team steals. No, red team slays the dragon, but they RIPDusty falls for it anyway. The resetting ult from emminik goes out. Urchin Merchant forced to heal, doesn't have flash, but he's gonna get locked down. WTFMI, no, sorry. Eat May is gonna be there to TP for the flank, the flank play, and it's very good pickup by CCS. They also gonna miss all their. And that's a Hex Flash and a stun into a knockup onto 3 members of the NARMs. All 4 members. Okay, Dorski goes down. Eat May is pushing back, putting down as many cooldowns as possible. emminik dodging Jin W to walk it out, and Eat May just trying to get one more kill. Try to, force down, maybe trade another. But very fancy feat move work for emminik. Comes on out unscathed and backs scot-free.
I think you were a little bit behind on that. And also.
Oh my god, I am like 15 seconds behind.
Yeah,
I smashed plus.
Yep, we're fine. Stack count on Nasus is at 96, so he's right where he needs
96
to be.
at 8 minutes, pretty good.
Yep.
So what you always want to do? Oh man, I have to keep smashing plus button.
Yeah.
Huh? So how at the very worst, Nasus wants 100 stacks per 10, right? And that's like bad. That's like very mediocre, but like still doable. 200 stacks per 10 is a good game, and I've seen DrMcWeenBean himself have worse games than that. WTFMI just should be getting Bramble Vest early on to really mitigate Nasus heal. Zanrick's on the flank. He does connect to DrMcWeenBean, but RIPDusty's there. RIPDusty has ult. Zanrick does not. DrMcWeenBean low on mana. Chooses to walk away. He did pop Ghost. More members of CCS are coming in. Eat May is going to get burst down by emminik, and yeah, that's the Crouching Tiger, hidden tiny little Yordle. emminik does send out ult again. Misses. Are we going to be stuttering at the same rate?
Oh, yeah,
Because
I think that's what
apparently not. Apparently not, because I got down by like 15 seconds, right?
Well, I had mashed it, right? Because I thought we were going to continue.
Okay, well, I forgot to. Yeah,
It's
just
fine.
keep mashing. Just keep mashing every time there's a stutter.
KK.
Just say stutter.
Stutter.
Oh, hey, there's a stutter. Nova going for an aggressive play here. Urchin Merchant is gonna shoot 2 shots.
Weave.
Third shot hits.
Oh!
It doesn't matter. The range differential, even though you're playing Caitlyn, How does it feel, Caitlin, to finally get outranged? How does it feel? It doesn't feel good, and it shouldn't. Stack count 141 at 10 minutes. That's a pretty good stack count, because the first 10 minutes is the hardest 10 minutes to stack for Nasus for majority of games, right? He's gonna have the lowest amount of CDR. He's gonna probably have a laner, like a lane to contend with, right? But if he's starting at 150 CS at like 10 minutes and 15 seconds, are pretty good. So Nasus is well on his way to scale, and this is looking good for Coconut Crabs because they have I think a harder scaling comp. So for every gold, every bit of gold is going to be more effective on their team than it is going to be onto NA Rams.
Right. But I think WTFMI is doing a pretty decent job so far of handling, and despite the fact that the matchup is a little bit more in favor of Nasus.
All right, ult comes in from Dorski, and the ult from Vex comes in. Absolutely annihilates RIPDusty, going for the invade as he does. But Eat May is on the chase, trying to get onto emminik. Does shut down emminik, and I'm gonna be mashing plus. Zanrick's on the chase. He's gonna get sucked in by Eat May and locked down by Air 95. Urchin Merchant's there. Nova's gonna be there to just try to peel, but a flash forward from Urchin Merchant does take down Rel from on Zanrick, or Zanrick on Rel. And that's going to look to open up potentially the Earth Drake that is in 10 seconds. Mashing the plus one. Nothing. Okay, cool. All right. So I think a very good roam by the bot lane of NA Rams, but Dorski's going to try to do his best, but he's just
I mean, emminik is right around the corner.
Yeah, emminik's gonna be right around the corner, but all the vision control is all in NA Ram's favor. emminik hits Q, does not have ult. If he does not have ult, Eatmate does go golden. Urchin Merchant's trying to, they're surrounding, but the cooldowns are getting low and the resources are getting low. Red team does pick it up. Zanrick is going to try to pick up as many kills. Sucks in Urchin Merchant. Both kills are going to go to Vex. Dorski is forced to flash away. Area 95 is forced to try to back up. RIPDusty does get the double shield off. RIPDusty might not get enough. Does get the double kill onto Vex. It's stuttering a lot, but Area 95 kills Volibear, and it's going to look like a total rundown, a reversal for a big NA Rams win here at the Dragon Pit. Giving them
really good turnaround. It wasn't looking that great for the NA Rams for a second because they were being sandwiched.
Yeah. So the difference between this game and last game is that DrMcWeenBean's not actually gonna get, oh my god, stuttering all the time. Small indie company. He's not gonna get like 2 free solo kills as he did get in lane, which any kill on Nasus is gonna spiral out of control, right? wtfami actually has experienced lead.
Oh.
He's gonna go try to go in, but I think DrMcWeenBean can actually get out. What are you owing? Is something happening bot lane?
No, top.
No, nothing's happening. They just walk away. Nothing happens.
I thought the Q would hit, and it did it.
Blue team does summon the Rift Herald. Try to get a lot of plates here. It's not gonna be able to take it down. Does take 2 plates. It always is guaranteed 2 plates. Eat May is on the on the defensive, trying to farm the best she can. Zanrick waiting and wait. Does go in, but that Nova's already checked down to 1/4, trying to get the disengage. Does dodge Air 95's Q binding, but it's looking like he's gonna die to the
6 tower damage.
That's another turret shot, and Nova picks it up. So 1 for 1. emminik and Dorski are on the roll forward. emminik does miss. There is a TP coming out from Swain, maybe a bad TP, but Coconut Crabs are not gonna look to push this.
DrMcWeenBean going for a dive.
And he gets it. So this might be the hardest matchup for WTFMI in the whole league in terms of top laners. I think all of the champions that DrMcWeenBean excels at are counters to every champion that WTFMI plays. So even with counter pick, it's just you're gonna be playing weak side into a laner So it's looking rough, but WTFMI keeping up in CS. But RIPDusty goes in on emminik. You know, the anti-dash champion only gets one dash, and that's locked behind ultimate. And emminik does get caught out. And blue team's turret does get destroyed. Down in the bot lane? Question mark? Yeah, bot lane. Okay, looking at this. This is looking 3k gold lead, roughly, for NA Rams at 15 minutes. That's pretty sizable, not the most obnoxious, but Urchin Merchant on Jhin. He's looking very fine. This is, I think, Urchin Merchant in his element, where he could stagger CC and walk in and out of fights as necessary. And with Coconut Crabs not having the Vi, I think it's actually going to be able, Urchin Merchant is going to be able to exert his will way, way more.
We haven't seen a true 5v5 yet, so I'm interested to see how it will turn out, especially with that Nasus.
That being said, Nasus, okay, I need a mash plus. I'm like, yeah, a lot behind. 300 stacks at 16 minutes. But can he get rolling, and can he get enough? emminik goes in, does get the fleeing on RIPDusty. That's an ult by Zanrick, but I think it missed. RIPDusty's still alive. Urchin Merchant does take down Rel. Dorski and DrMcWeenBean on to Eat May, trying to burn her down, but Eat May does survive. DrMcWeenBean does fall, and it's looking like a clean ace.
Wow.
5 for 1. NA Rams. Wow, wowie wow. That's the 5v5 you were asking for, and it's looking like you got it.
Asking that, complain more, and I'll get it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then there's a very potential for getting two turrets off this, extending the lead to 6k, roughly ish. I don't know.
I think
it'll be like 6k.
I think it was RIPDusty who did a really good job at keeping the Coconut Crabs really separate, which allowed them to kind of continue to peel for Urchin Merchant.
Right. I agree. It's looking like third dragon. Soul Point's gonna go out. CCS is gonna try to come in, but it's just that Volley Bear jungle is gonna go down. It's looking rough. Third dragon, Soul Point does, it will put them on after taking this dragon, put them on Soul Point. It's looking like emminik is really gonna try to get in and not be able to get it.
Took it speed quick.
Quick.
Really good pick bush though for the NA Rams. I think Coconut Crabs are really taken off guard by that.
So now this is gonna put a lot of pressure on DrMcWeenBean here. As the game resets, the center of pressure, or the line of vision, is going to be pushed further and further inward towards CCS's nexus, right? That means DrMcWeenBean has less and less line of sight to take turrets safely. Good news is there's a lot of gold to be taken in all 3 of the outer turrets, the tier 1 turrets for NA Rams. So that's a lot of gold that can be eventually taken, and it will be, because they will eventually take them. But being down 4 turrets, picking up turrets will absolutely help. DrMcWeenBean is going to back for an item. I think he's going to go Gargoyle Stoneplate. I'm not sure I agree with the item, but he's the Nasus main. I'm not, so what are you going to do? Looking at this, what CCS can do really well is, in between big objective fights, is that they can kind of clear waves pretty safely. Caitlyn can clear waves from a long way away. Vex can clear waves from a long way away. I need a mesh plus. I'm meshing plus. emminik is, trading, having fun. DrMcWeenBean's here, but DrMcWeenBean can't do anything. It's just one Nasus.
Huge vision fight going on.
Yeah, wtfami actually pushing towards the bot lane. Hit plus, just in case. Small ending company. Now, looking at this game state, Drag is up in 250. Baron's up in 10. So that's going to be a big one, right? So Ime does have TP. WTFMI is going to have TP soon. That's going to be stunned on Area 95.
No.
Zanrick perfectly pulls off the combo, and it's going to get obliteration. So WTFMI is going to have to ult and walk it out. WTFMI does get exhausted. emminik misses the ult onto Urchin Merchant, doesn't get the kill. DrMcWeenBean is forcing a bot lane play as well. All CCS has to do is just say, no, we're going to stall this game out. Your lead is going to mean less and less as every second goes on. DrMcWeenBean is going to get something else on the map. That being said, he's going to back because he has no vision whatsoever. I think it's better if he stays, and he does stay. I think DrMcWeenBean is going to have to create as much pressure as possible because you still have 2 minutes towards Dragon, and Baron's still up the whole time. You need to be across map. You need to be drawing pressure. You might die for it, but just hitting waves, slamming waves into turrets is not going to be enough. I think he needs to be a little, but obviously, he's playing this one right. He has no vision. He's backing up. Understands that WTFMI is across the map. That means other people are going to match up, and his best matchup is WTFMI. So the lockdown is very possible.
Rel coming around the corner, though.
Rel is coming around the corner, but Muno's going to be able to walk away. Because the whole point of Zanrick is to be like, yeah, I'll just CC you. But Dr. Muno says, like, later, nerd.
Love that.
Yeah, later, nerd. WTFMI is looking like he's going to get CC'd into not at all and flashes away. CCS immediately starts Baron, thinking that they're just going to do a chase. They might be giving up the trick because Nova is putting down wards to zone. They do have vision now. They take it pretty slowly. DrMcWeenBean forces a flash out of Area 95, and it's looking like they're going to take it away. DrMcWeenBean, I'm not sure. I don't see chat. I don't see chat being displayed, but you should be pinging that her flash. Area 95 doesn't have flash. Come on. Ping it. Ping it. Just ping it. It doesn't matter. Soul Point comes up. This is probably the best scenario for CCS, is that it is Cloud Soul, and Cloud Soul is very useful, but not really too much. Both ults from Area 95 and Urchin Merchant, you want to use at range, and you're standing still. Zanrick does face check, only gets locked down by one, can flash away, does get the thing. Urchin Merchant's on the chase, but he doesn't want it. CCS is going to force to maybe re-engage. I'm going to do our best to maybe steal this. DrMcWeenBean's on the other side of the map.
Teleport coming in on the Nexus.
He does TP in. They're committing to this. 5v4. WTFMI is going to go for the late. It's looking like they're just going to try to burst the dragon as much as possible. TP comes out. They're just going to say, get the dragon, get the dragon. Blue team slaying the dragon. And Nova picks up a kill onto Eat May. Dorski's onto Urchin Merchant. Urchin Merchant does go down. This is looking like a big win. RIPDusty's on the shutdown. Another shutdown goes on to the DrMcWeenBean. Does get the other plus down, and then he gets another plus 12. An amazing setup and play by DrMcWeenBean by having the knowledge to, I'm going to TP first. We're going to force them into a choke point, and we're going to combo. Because Vex is best when you can get the multi-man fear and when they're all grouped up. That means they're going to be setting up for the next Baron fight, and it's looking like they're going to get it and set it up. That's a very good play and very well done by DrMcWeenBean to get to these Axis targets. He picked up 3 to 4 kills with, I think, 3 kills. And I think he got stacks for all of them, so that's 36 stacks right there. That being said, Baron is not down, and they're still down gold. That is only one Cloud Drake, and they still have only taken 1 turret. So potentially CCS here can pick up a lot of gold by picking up these turrets, and DrMcWeenBean is going to now be a much bigger threat than he was 3 minutes ago. But it's still going to be hard.
Sweet Cross up, we're at 537 stacks on the Nasus.
537 is excellent. That is above 20 per minute. And that's an excellent score for DrMcWeenBean. So he's officially huge. I think DrMcWeenBean has hit the late game. There's going to be a lockdown. DrMcWeenBean does pop the blast cone, does get over, does run away. He's going to say, see you later, nerds. So what do you think you should be seeing from Lux here? Like, Lux is kind of turbo squishy, right? So, like, you know, as the support, only level 10. Oh, as I say that, Zanrick ult does get, or emminik goes in, goes golden. The Caitlyn ult brings Urchin Merchant to very low health. Zanrick is forced to flee after emminik does get bursted down, does get pulled back in by Eatmay, and RIPDusty set it up for Eatmay to get the kill. Whew. Wow. That being said, wtfmi and DrMcWeenBean are going at each other, but I think wtfmi can actually walk it away. DrMcWeenBean does not have heal cut yet, so he actually can't have kill pressure onto this wtfmi, whereas wtfmi does also have Thornmail and can actually mitigate a lot of the healing that DrMcWeenBean is not mitigating onto. While I'm saying all that, the inhibitor turret, I need a mash plus a bunch. Yeah, bang, 2605, blah, blah, blah. Man, I was going to ask you a question. I forget.
I think you're asking me about the Lux and what she would need to do. I think she just, like that.
He's old. I think DrMcWeenBean can get out of this if he just starts hitting someone, like anyone. Like WTFM, that works. WTFM, no ult. That is gonna be 2 flashes out from Eatmay and Area 95, but Eatmay, no mana. It's looking like there's gonna be Wither onto Eatmay, and she has no mana, but all members of NRMs are still there. It's a very scary team fight to chase, but maybe they could have done it, maybe they couldn't. Area 90, like WTFMI, no ult. Eatmay had no mana. I don't know. That might have been. That's just you don't want to overextend into the best, the 2 best teams in the league, right?
Yep.
So.
But I think to answer the question that you were trying to ask, I think the Lux just needs to continue to keep an eye on her positioning. If she can land a Q and respond fast enough before emminik can get onto Urgent Merchant, I think that'll be excellent to kind of help protect that. And as long as Urgent Merchant is aware of where Vex is, I think that's how they're going to stay alive in this game.
So looking at this, Zanrick is trying to get vision down. Drake's up in 25 seconds. There's a lot of mobility coming in from Zanrick, but now he's forced to be giving a lot of dragon and vision control over to NARMs. This is sole point again. DrMcWeenBean has TP again. Nova's gonna try to poke and prod and try to play it safe, but emminik's onto Urchin Merchant. Does hit the full combo, but gets shielded down. emminik does get the good dodge. Does go in. This heal comes out from Urchin Merchant. There's flash on emminik. emminik does not get the flash out. Does die. Trying to make it a very proactive play, but ulted into multiple of their team. DrMcWeenBean at 28 minutes finally gets his turret. Try to get the steal, but that is Dragon Soul going over to NARMs. TP comes out from WTFMI as Urchin Merchant slays Nova. It's looking like the NARMs are going to probably try to come over to pressure
For Baron.
Pressure for Baron and DrMcWeenBean. DrMcWeenBean not in a good spot. I think he needs to hit the B button, or potentially TP across the map. Maybe that's probably a bad idea. Yeah, the tier 2. Who gives a tier 2? But this is gonna put CCS actually even further on the back foot.
Oh, it looks like the NRMs are gonna back off a little bit from trying to get Baron.
Actually, every member of CCS is back up and healthy, whereas maybe DrMcWeenBean hits the Baron for some reason. Yeah, he said, nah, I wanted to poke you. 5v5 fight coming on here. Nova 5v4, Nova across the map. What the best thing to do is to get the heck out of there.
Oh?
First DCS. DrMcWeenBean is probably going to get away here. One more second. Does get the wither. Ghosted in. That's all 5. DrMcWeenBean, you can't be doing that. Only half health him.
Large.
He dodges. He does actually dodge a bunch of skill shots. Zanrick's here to try to help him out. DrMcWeenBean actually forced a lot of cooldowns. Dorski does pick up Eat May. DrMcWeenBean's still in the back. Can't get in. He's blocked by Jarvan ult. WTFMI still living, but that's 2 members for 1. 3 members for 1. Area 95 on the chase. Dorski and DrMcWeenBean onto Merchant. It's looking like it's going to be taken to now plus 12, and that's going to be looking like Area 95 is going to be taking Neff. Aced goes down by CCS. Wow, I was so scared, but it's looking like every single member of CCS just said, no, we're going to back you up. And I think some pretty good footwork and maybe some hasty skill shots from NAR. Good footwork from DrMcWeenBean and hasty skill shots from NARM's not stacking CC well enough, kind of cost them the team fight because DrMcWeenBean just healed up that whole time. Not enough heal cut coming out from NARM's to actually keep the DrMcWeenBean down, and I need to press plus a bunch.
Yep. The
Bang,
dog
bang.
doesn't die.
The dog did not die. That's still 1 death on DrMcWeenBean. He is the cornerstone for the team right here. Wow, this is an exciting game. This is the first, I think, one of the first few times that CCS has had a gold lead. Or maybe it was very stable for a while, but this is, you know... Oh, well, gold lead's gone. JK. It's like 200 gold, who cares? Looking at this, I think that was kind of just a mistake from emminik. I don't think you do that. Okay, don't do it. Okay. So I just think there's enough MR coming out from NARMs. Or sorry, heal cut. And Nasus with Baron's pretty good. So what do you think the team should be, let's say NARM should be doing as, they're put on the defensive?
I think it was just a little bit of an aggression mistake. Understandable trying to get the Nasus out of the picture, but I think they should have known that Coconut's crowd was just around the corner to help kind of back him up. And I think these common mistakes that NARM kind of takes is punishing them a little bit, so I think they just need to stay as a team, play a little bit more safely, and keep, with the Lux Q from the back end and protecting the Merchant, I think is what they need to do, and possibly nuking emminik as quick as possible so he can't land that alt fear. I don't know.
Yeah, it certainly seems. A lot of this is riding on emminik trying to... Oh, it's looking like it's going to pick down, and goes golden. DrMcWeenBean's there, but
Great Zonias!
It's just not enough. I might be slightly ahead of you. Or you're ahead of me, whichever. It's just emminik gets the Zonias, but no flash. It's just delaying the inevitable. His rest of the team could not come there to... help him out, reaggress, and so he loses his life.
Elder up in less than 1 minute.
Yeah. That is, I think, the strength of Team NARMs, and it's always been a strength of you pile on CC, and they've gotten really good at stacking it. It's just like, okay. That's a level 18. DrMcWeenBean's like, okay. Merchant hits a W. Area 95 hits a Q. Flash out from Dustin, from Zanrick, and then Q out. So that's 1 piece of CC. Bloodshowl comes out, but that's super tanky rel. Dorski is trying to do his best, the zone, but it's looking like Merchant's going to use the item that makes him dash, Gale Force, to kill Zanrick.
Some top lane, though.
I think the play here is for CCS is just to burn them out as much as possible. What DrMcWeenBean should do here, I think, is just ignore WTFMI and push the turret, push the wave into the turret. He's going for the TP play instead. It's looking like he's going to be there. WTFMI doesn't have TP. They just traded places. And it's like Merchant did kill emminik. Dorski's trying to eat a lot of skill shots. DrMcWeenBean's still alive. On Eat May. Dorski, he can't get anywhere. And triple kill. And so DrMcWeenBean's still alive.
Oh no, but that's a big dog. That's a big dog.
Yeah, but he's low on mana. And it's looking like he's going to get kited. But that stops them from taking Elder. Very smart from DrMcWeenBean to be like, all right, hey, Dr. Muno's going to TP to come back and match me. I'll TP towards the fight. Changing the 4v5 into a 4v5 in the opposite direction.
Oh my god, big brain.
Big brain or unintentional is like, oh wait, yeah, I could just do that. Neat. Because of what
I'm gonna say big brain.
WTFM could have just backed and then TP'd there, but
the dog has big brain. I'll just say that.
big brain.
Oh man, I'm sweating for them.
This is kind of everyone's game. This is like, what do you do? Oh my goodness, golly gosh. Okay, so I think actually a big thing about emminik is that he's trying to make all these plays. He's down a lot of experience. He's lower. DrMcWeenBean's 18, WTFM is 17, but corresponding jungle or the enemy jungler and the enemy mid laner also up one level. Vex is 149 farm at 36 minutes, kind of bad. DrMcWeenBean's the only one that is kind of close to, ideal CS, but a lot of zoning comes out. It's looking like CCS is going to start it. They're going to 5v5.
Oh, Lance, good flash.
does get it again, but he's can't go golden. Maybe giving his team enough time now, a 4v4 to just hit Elder. And brought it down. Who gets it? Blue team does slay it. So that means the rest of Zanrick is going to go down. DrMcWeenBean is the only one up. It's looking like even with Elder, it's just not enough. They just kept it all down. And that's going to be probably game. Quadra kill coming out from Urchin Merchant.
Wow, such good positioning by him.
Wow. And that's looking like game. An excellent team fight. emminik going in, trying to buy his team some time, but maybe, too much of that. And it's looking like it's going to be just an end here. And that's the end of Series CCS versus NA Rams.
Well, they could meet again for the final match.
Hey, no, they're not. Because the Knights are going to beat them, and the Knights are going to win. That's what's going to happen. Sure. I also don't want to do interviews because I'm so tired.
That's fine. I can run main lead for that if you just want to
Yeah, see ya. Okay. Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead then and move on over to interviews. Let me go ahead and let teams know that they can start trickling on in. Oh, there are people here already. Okay. I'm gonna give it another minute for RIPDusty, the captain of NA Rams, to come on over. Meanwhile, just give me a second to update the stream because right now everybody's looking at a black screen. I'm so sorry. My semi-co-caster literally did leave me in the middle of this. So welcome. Really good series going on to game 3. Intense. But I know you guys are probably pretty tired, so we're going to go ahead and go to our usual agenda, starting with the coconut crabs. If you want to talk us through your pick and bans for game 1.
Sure. Pick bans are pretty... We had one strategy against this team that we're pretty confident with, and it was to take away RIPDusty's comfort and Soraka, because we think Soraka is just tough to play into, so that we could force Dusty off of his main champs and make it a skill matchup for execution. Other than getting rid of 2 comfort picks and Soraka is just like a super battery for Urchin Merchant. We really just thought this game was going to come down to how the execution really, and yeah, it did for all of those games. So pick ban for game 1 was way more about getting getting a good split push going. So we got the Nasus, and then Seraphine, Zyra, Tristana, and Vi were supposed to like set up a really good 1-3-1 or 1-4 for Nasus was the idea. But we just never really committed to the split push in game 1. We misexecuted around a couple of dragon fights, and we also like played really, really cautiously. We were like not starting stuff in game 1 because we were like, we're here to scale, we're gonna scale, so let's just scale forever. And then we never actually actively participated in the game in game 1. So that one just kind of like got away from us, and then we woke up and we're like, wait a minute, like Nasus had like 800 stacks in that game. Doc was so ahead, why didn't we just fight stuff? So I don't know. Yeah, that was game 1.
Sounds good. Thank you. And then on the NA rounds, if you want to talk through your pick and bans for game 1.
Yeah, they did not ban Akshan, and we figured that they would play Vi, and that being that Vi is unstoppable with R, we chose to take Morgana so that we can protect our backline a little bit better. We picked Mundo early because Mundo into Urgot is pretty good. We were planning on possibly leaving Urgot up, and then they didn't pick top lane till second half, so we got rid of the rest of Doc's main champs, I guess. They being 3 big junglers, and I decided Hecarim's pretty good into Vi and good disruption, and I'm pretty comfortable on Hecarim. And then May wanted the brand into the Seraphine mid.
All right, sounds good. I don't really have any particular questions for game 1, and I don't see any questions in the audience either. So we'll go ahead and go into game 2. This side with blue side, going back to the NA rounds, if you want to talk through your game 2, you came out of game 1 with a win, so maybe you either wanted to keep some things the same or just talk through that.
Originally, we wanted to flex the Lux maybe, and I think we saw that they picked the Vi, so we went ahead with the Morgana and Akshan again, and then they had banned the Hecarim in this game, and I didn't necessarily want to play J4 or anything else like that into their team. So I tried to go for a more tanky jungler with Sejuani. And then Devin said that Ornn is his most comfortable as far as blind pick for the most part. So we picked him Ornn.
Sounds good. Going on to this Coconut Crabs then, if you want to talk through, you just finished game 1. A little bit of a difficult game. How did you guys kind of like reset and decide for your pick and bans for game 2?
Yeah, so like we said, this matchup is a really great matchup. NA Rams are really good, and we knew it was going to come down to execution. So we had confidence in the pick bans that we went with. So we just kind of readjusted for more damage from the mid lane and some comfort for Nova. So that's where the Vex and the Lucian came from. Everything else is basically the same idea. Split pushing Nasus, fight through top side. That definitely worked out for us.
Yeah.
The 4-1 was way stronger this game.
Definitely showed. And one thing that the audience did notice, or I think it was even Quinstown had brought up, but we've seen Zanrick a lot on the Maokai. Of course, that spanned away, so we get to see his return on the Leona. I just have to ask, Zanrick, how's it feel to have gotten or returned back to Leona? You're really good with her.
I got a lot of mastery on her, but Maokai has so much utility with the saplings and the ultimate that just zones people away from a fight that's why I tend to go with him instead.
Understood. Well, it was good to see you back on Leona, though. All right. So coming out of game 2, it's 1-1. My gosh, you guys must be tired and sweaty. Got some gamer juice going on, but going into game 3, Coconut Crab starting on the blue side. If you want to talk through your picks and bans, we saw a few interesting changes come around this game 3. If you want to talk through that.
Yeah, so the Jin first pick meant that we couldn't go Lucian just because the range difference between those champs is really tough for Lucian. So we took the Caitlyn to try to outrange and outmaneuver the bot lane. But the rest of it is all pretty much the same idea. Take comfort away from Dusty, get Soraka out of the game, damage from middle, split push with Nasus, win through topside, that sort of stuff. Yeah, the Rel was like an answer to Mundo, because to steal a bunch of armor and get big team fights off. We just knew it would struggle in lane, so we were a little nervous about that one, but ultimately I think Zanrick did really well. I straight up threw the game 3, so I'll take total responsibility for I thought I could take out the Jin in a one shot and like give myself up to get Jin off the map for that last dragon fight, and it not happening meant that like yeah, we got the Elder Drake, but we didn't have the damage to clean up afterwards, so I should have just stayed and played with the team and we would have won there. That was totally my bad.
It's okay. Going into the NA Rams, now final game for the night. If you want to talk through your picks and bans.
After losing in game 2, Merchants wanted to play the Jin, so we first picked that. And then, because they had banned the Mundo late in draft last time, we decided to pick that up early. And then, kind of same idea as the last game, or game 2. We picked the Lux, thinking it's probably going to go mid versus the Vex, because May felt pretty comfortable on that in game 2. And then, after they banned the Hecarim Morgana, we were talking, and we saw the Rel as well. We were talking about maybe putting the Lux in the bot lane, and then May said that she wanted the Swain to be a little bit more tanky and suck up damage in team fights. And I mean, Swain, like, if he's in the middle of the team fight, he can put out and soak damage pretty well. And then I also decided that tank junglers might not be for me, so I went with a Bruiser instead.
Absolutely. I mean, regardless, for all 3 games, you guys performed incredibly well. I could see, even just from like my perspective, the communication, the rotations, the responses. It was just so good, well played, and it, kind of what emminik was saying is just based off of execution. I think you guys just, both teams did a fantastic job for this series. So don't be too hard on yourself for whatever happened in all 3 games. I do have one question that I did happen to write on a sticky note from game 2, so I'm gonna backtrack really quick. Very unimportant question, but I was just curious. In the beginning of the game, I think Dorski had invaded RIPDusty, your blue. You had started off on the red, but you never went up actually to blue. Did you have a feeling that he had taken your blue? Because then I think I saw you actually go up into his blue, but there was no ward or anything.
Talking about game 2,
Yeah, game 2. Yeah, sorry.
Oh. Doc walked into lane with a little bit of missing health.
Oh.
And he kind of walked from my blue side, so I was like, I'm pretty sure they invaded my blue. So I just cleared my bot side into a gank, into Scuttle, and then I don't recall after that, so.
Got it. Wow. Big brain. Okay. That's all the questions that I managed to write down. I don't really have anything, and it doesn't look like anyone has anything to say, although we have quite a few cheerleaders going on. So appreciate those who are watching. So I'm going to go ahead and move on then to MVPs. So let's start with emminik, if you want to do the MVPs for either individually by the game, or if you just do one person for the enemy team.
For sure. Let's see here. Bing bong. We're gonna pick bands. Yes. Game 1. I mean, I think I gotta give it to wtfami and obviously Urgent Merchant. I feel like Urgent Merchant is gonna be like the standout carry in all of NA Rams wins because that's like their focus and how they play. So other than Urgent Merchant, who stood out in all 3 games, Mundo in game 1 for sure was a huge problem for us. So what the fuck? WTFMI gets MVP for that game. In game 2, I mean I'd give it to Eat Maze Lux. Was definitely keeping us off stuff. The poke damage was pretty fat during that game, and then of course Urgent Merchant. And then in game 3, it's Urgent Merchant and probably the Jarvan. RIPDusty like got multiple like little picks that were just because they had such long range out of Lux and Jhin. Like any Jarvan ult that kept you in one place just meant you were dead. So that was a problem. But yeah. Really, really well played, you guys. That was a super fun series. GG's.
All right, moving on to RIPDusty. Same for you if you want to do MVPs for all 3 games of the enemy team.
I would say for game 1, I think I have to give it to the opposite side of the lane as Ross did with DrMcWeenBean. It was definitely made us have to execute on objectives a lot because of his split push, and we couldn't really answer it with Mundo, so we either had to go for a 5v5 or 5v4 or collapse, which collapsing on Nasus is never a good idea when there's a jungle objective up. In game 2, I think I have to give it to emminik. A couple early roams really shut down the bot lane, and then he had a lot of good ins whenever we were looking for team fights, like good flanks, I should say, to get a good in. And then in game 3, that one's a little bit harder. I think I have to give it to Doc and emminik in that one, and for the same reasons, basically.
Very good. Well, I can't echo enough. Everybody's performance was pivotal, regardless of MVPs and everything. Everyone did great. Lots of skill shots and CC and bobbing and weaving. So I can't echo enough of how great you guys all did. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and unmute a few folks who are server muted. But if there's anything that anyone wants to say before we close the stream up.
I got your booty that one time, Doc. That's all I gotta say. I'm proud.
You're lucky. Right? You're lucky that Nasus is slow and doesn't run on all 4s, because you would have been mine. Oh my gosh. You did get my booty. The flash root.
I was like, no. You spit.
I think I don't know if I had gargoyles then, but I think I had something that as soon as I died, I was like, why did I die? I shouldn't have died. I should have pressed my buttons. Yeah, I think in all 3 games I finished for the round 800 stacks.
Oh yeah,
that's impressive.
It was
the last game.
It was a constant stack checking. You did a really great job of keeping on those stacks.
Yeah, I think the last game was closer to 900, but doesn't matter when I just get kited and get bullied anyway. GG's. Shout out to my girl C Drizzle again.
Cute.
For staying up and watching the games.
Oh my god, cute. Alrighty, so well, if there's nothing else then, Coconut Crabs, you're not completely out of the Wombo eSports tournament. Week 3, we're only going to have 1 match. Again, it is a best out of 3. The Knights versus Coconut Crabs. So I'll be seeing you guys on the Rift. Please be gentle. But if you do end up beating the Knights, then we might potentially see the NA Rams and the Coconut Crabs fight once more for finals. So no pressure, right?
We'll be back.
Yes.
See you in the finals. Let's go.
Clock out. Clock out.
You get out of here. You ditched me.
You're tired and had to go to bed.
Leave.
You can't just say that.
I'm gonna mute you.
Interesting.
He's muted.
I have admin.
I'm gonna go out.
No.
No! You can't do this to the
I
streamer.
can do whatever I want.
Oh my god. Okay, well, fine. The Knights will win, and I will see you.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I can't do this. I'm pressured. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So What to Meet is going to be sent out to both teams right after this game, and we'll get that match set up as soon as possible. But if no one has anything else to say, again, thank you to both the Annie Rams and the Coconut Crabs for a great series. Rest up, and thanks for everyone who chimed in for tonight's stream. I am going to call it, so thank you guys and have a good rest of your night.
And I've got all the time it seems. I'd rather see you in my dreams. And every chance you dance I'll take. If I can't see you again. And I've got all the time it seems. I'd rather see you in my dreams. And every chance you dance I'll take. If I can't see you again. We could be listening for answers, waiting to be set free. You came across this moment, and I'm so thankful you shared it with me. Take it from me, we live to be free. Take it from me, I want you to see. And I've got all the time it seems. I'd rather see you in my dreams. And every chance to dance I'll take. If I can't see you again. We could be listening for answers.